What's going on, guys? This is a new year, 2021. Happy New Year to everyone, to all the friends and family and other flunkies out there. Happy New Year's to you guys. And we're back, still going strong into the NBA 2020-21 season. And we are currently in week 2 of our regular season. And it's been eventful, to say the least, on social media and obviously in our group chats. And we're gonna try and cover a lot to talk about today. We were gone a little bit last week. One of our guys that got sick. Shout out to Jake. He's doing a lot better now, so that's good for him. But today I got some familiar faces, and we got a new guest here today, and hopefully we'll have a couple other newer faces here throughout our time with you guys. But thank you again so much for being with us. We appreciate you. You guys are the part of the Flunky family, and we're gonna introduce some of the guests here today. So to the right of me, we got Keshawn Simpson here of the. He's changed his name. It's no longer the Alpha Land Knicks. It's now the Wounded Warrior Project.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for being with us and your service.
Yeah, man. We wounded right now. We
Yeah.
took a couple injury losses, but we gonna be back. The name will change back once we fully healthy, because the brand gonna keep moving forward. So
That's the goal, man. Thanks for being with us.
proud.
From the mobile side, we got Sizwe Chapman here of the Valley Boys, and we got a new guest here, the South GA Wildcats. One of my Morehouse brothers, Durran Brown from Albany, Georgia. I always got to shout that out. The guy from the Benny, man.
Big Benny.
From the Benny, man. I've shouted the Benny, you and the Benny out a couple times, man. So like, share, subscribe with friends, family, people who you know. We really want to grow our Flunky family, and really just hope that you guys are enjoying the content and everything else that we're doing. If you don't already know, we are doing an NBA 2K simulation of basically, in a sense, how our season is going right now and how it would have went had, we had a full, if we were doing like a 72 game or 82 game season in 2K21 in the next gen. So we've upgraded, the Flunkies have finally upgraded to that. And so for sure, tune into that.
I'm on the way too.
So we're gonna jump into it, guys, because we've got some stuff to talk about, and I know you guys have got some opinions to get off your chest. So the first one that I really wanted to talk about today was James Harden and John Wall. So I know a couple weeks ago we talked about James Harden and John Wall, and we all know the controversy that really came around with that. But we got our first glance at them on Thursday, and while we're talking, I'm gonna have some of those highlights playing, and not only John Wall and James Harden, but also DeMarcus Cousins, and they looked good, like they looked really good. So it seems to me that everything that Kevin Durant was saying about John Wall, it seems to be true right now. So what are you guys' thoughts? So Sizwe, I want to mention this. Sizwe actually has John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins on his fantasy team. And so, you might be foremost to speak on that. So what did you think of their performances on Thursday?
Man, just a relief is the first word that comes to mind, because throughout the time John Wall was out, his debut was obviously halted by Cough Harden and Strip Club Harden, all the various forms of Potbelly Harden, ruining the Rockets. But that I had to go through that whole week without Boogie and John Wall, and with that week I was not able to get production. So I'm like up here with people putting in no points and no contribution to my team, so resulting in a loss. But during that time period, people sending me faulty trades for John Walls. I got some for Jeff Teague for John Wall. I've gotten Jordan Clarkson for John Wall. I've gotten I'm naming Durran players right now. I've gotten Alec Burke for John Wall. I've gotten some of the just disrespectful trade offers for John Wall. And what I want to do is stick to my gun. I'm like, yo, listen, John Wall is an all-star. He's been putting in the work to recover from this injury. Boogie's been putting in the work. I'm gonna see how they perform first before I touch them and move them. So they've been putting up great numbers so far. John Wall, with his first game back, put up 86 fantasy points or 82 in the 80s, which is great production for this league right now, especially from the guard position. So he's been putting in work, and right now it's the first quarter. He already has 46 fantasy points. I'm glad I didn't bite the bullet and trade him too early because he's a great addition. He's been looking nice.
Yeah,
because he has to share the ball with Harden, and he's still putting up good numbers. That's not easy.
Yeah, he is going dummy right now. Like I can't say that I am surprised because I know Keshawn and I sat down. We watched a preseason game of what he was doing. You can tell he's still rusty in certain areas, but be that as a fact, he looks scary. So I can't wait to see what he's gonna look like. After 10 games played, 15, 25 games played. We really are like, this is what, game 5?
Yeah, game 5 going on to game 6.
Or 6 for some teams. So, it's been, it hasn't been a whole lot of basketball played, but we're for sure getting there. And I'm really curious to see like what James Harden's, what is he going to have to change what it is that he's done, because he ended Thursday with like 104 fantasy points. So, it seems to me that, go ahead, Durran.
At 145.
145?
Yeah, he was killing, bro.
That's what he did on Thursday?
He was still cooking
points.
even with John Wall on the court. That was a crazy part.
I'll say
145 is like, I think it's like 110, 120 for that second game. He still had a double.
I'll say this about the performance of John Wall in the first game. First off, it was phenomenal. I'm glad that a guy who might have been counted out by a lot of people was able to come back and show us who he is, and hopefully he takes his spot back within that top 10 point guard conversation. But Boogie Cousins, his debut wasn't as I don't want to say as impactful. It's kind of tough right now as far as what they want to do with the starting lineup, if they're going to want to start Boogie or not, because obviously Christian Wood is starting right now, but the bench is just going to have to find a way to incorporate Boogie for some good production. But I think Boogie should come around.
Boogie doesn't really fit their small ball reputation. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a meandering big man, and you have Christian Wood, agile, basically a 6'6" wing, playing him and PJ Tucker playing the big positions. And so, it's not like Boogie. Listen, one thing I noticed in that Boogie game, bro, he does not care about defense this year, bro. Not at all, bro. He's a cone.
Yeah, he don't want to get hurt, bro. He don't want to get hurt.
Look, he tore his quad I think it was last year, trying to go after a ball,
right?
Yeah.
On a break. So, like, with him, and he just tore. Yeah, he tore his ACL. He's torn a lot. But I really don't expect too much from him. I'd be curious to see how their new coach, Stephen Silas.
Yeah.
On the block, guys. He's on the block.
He's on the block. That's good.
That's good
to know.
Block. Come talk to me nice.
He's got a
Durran.
He's
on Whiteside.
No.
But when I look at the situation with Harden being there, Harden's got to focus on some more off-ball movement. It makes it easier for a guy like John Wall to be able to do what he's been doing for years. But personally, if I'm Harden, I'm liking the looks of how things are. Maybe make some trades to possibly get the bench to be a little bit stronger, and you could maybe still do something with this team.
I would like for the chemistry of John Wall and Harden to kind of improve a little bit. John Wall almost twisted his ankle on John Wall's foot in the final possession of that Kings game, because they were both running towards the ball. Like, they both want the ball in their hands. And you can see John Wall is used to having the ball in his hands, and he's not used to standing around watching Harden work. So I would like to see them build up their relationship a little bit, because the chemistry is more like, here's your job. You do what you gotta do. I'll do what I gotta do. But once they become cohesive, Harden gets on and says, "Okay, I'll commit to this team for a season," then they're gonna really take off, because they got a lot of talent in this team. Like, Christian Wood was putting up 30 some points. He was in the G League last year. He's a Lou Guinness Dort. of the Houston Rockets.
That's a great comparison, and he's doing Luguentz Dort. By the way, he's actually doing really well on the Thunder. Like he's really thriving. So, and I guess with how the NBA is going, just to like not segue on a tangent, but just how things are going with the NBA, I am expecting for there to be more gems to be found in the G League, especially with that becoming such a popular route nowadays. We've seen it in 2K. Obviously guys like Jalen Green, finding dimes like Alex Caruso, obviously Luguentz Dort, your Christian Woods. So, that seems to be like a really popular thing. Devontae Graham, hello.
He was in the G League.
To my knowledge, he was, yeah.
I never knew that.
I think he was. He didn't start there, but he spent some time there, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
Devontae was definitely,
Jackson.
he started in the G League for sure.
Yeah.
Devontae.
Josh Jackson's a big one. He's been playing pretty well these past few games. He's
Yeah,
spent some time in the G League.
Oh, he's been huge, but he's been back and forth. Like I know he got drafted and all that, but he's been back and forth. So, and I heard a commentator talk about it yesterday. Spending some time there, it can really humble you. That way, when you come back, you're coming back better than what you were. So, I agree with that 100%, and hope those things really continue for him. Any other thoughts on James Harden while I take a drink of water?
I said, I just don't know when he's gonna buy in.
Do you think he hasn't?
No, he hasn't bought in. Listen, James Harden always has been a player that don't miss games. He's a trooper. Like I'll give him credit for that. Like he plays games. He will play his games. He won't rest. But is he bought into this Rockets team just from his body language? I don't think he has.
So you think he's just out there hooping?
He just out there hooping, bro.
Just doing what he normally does.
I don't even think they have a game plan themselves, dog. Like John Wall is 2 years out of hooping. DeMarcus Cousins 2 years out. Like
I mean, for sure, it's they're for sure still trying to figure things out. But let me ask you this though: do you think their front office is still trying to find a trade for James Harden?
I think they are personally, and I don't think James should really give up on this team yet. Like I said, I feel they're only a couple pieces away from possibly being able to. I don't want to say contend for a title right away because we don't know, but I think they could maybe make a push for the conference final, possibly.
Do you think they give the Lakers a run for their money?
This lineup,
no.
This
no?
lineup
Okay.
fully healthy?
not at all.
Like okay, the Rockets at their best, do they give the Lakers a run for their money? How they're built now?
I think it's
No.
Lakers in 6.
No.
6 games.
Lakers in 6.
Okay. So they steal a game like last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's so different about this year's team?
I mean, look,
except for replacing Wall with Russ.
different
Granted, Wall
coach.
is a better.
They gotta
Wall will be more defensively inclined, but other than adding Christian Wood, I don't know what's the huge difference. I mean, AD gonna listen. Once AD and Christian Wood match up across each other on that playoff rank, Christian Wood turns into Moritz Wagner, bro. He ain't nobody.
Well, look,
I
don't know about all that, and I guess for me, my answer would be I can't wait to see them play. I guess.
Most
I mean, they got a new coach. You have more flexibility in what you can do with basically your Swiss Army knife in PJ Tucker. He doesn't have to play that 5 position if you don't want him to play that 5 position. You got some more versatility with Boogie. Who knows how many minutes he's gonna get? I would assume that it's not gonna be much. Maybe 20 minutes. Pushing it.
We do this every year with Houston. We get our hopes up. We get our hopes up every year.
I mean, look, they're that good of a. In my opinion, they're just that good of a team. Like to be honest, like they've really like staved off a lot of, and that might be more of a credit to Daryl Morey. They've really, I can't say that they've progressed every year, but they've kind of staved off the inevitable. For at least 3 or 4 years. I mean, I thought when Luke Mbah-a-Moute and Trevor Ariza left the team the first year with Harden and Chris Paul, I thought that was it for them, in my opinion, because they gave up that versatility, that 3-and-D type player, but they came back and made the playoffs and met the Warriors in the second round. Same outcomes, of course, but, since 2000 something, James Harden, I think James Harden has never missed the playoffs. So, it's a credit
he
to
has missed in the playoffs.
Okay. Now that's
in
true.
the moment
He
it
has
matters
missed
most.
in the playoffs. I agree. There's no dispute about that. But his team hasn't shown up either. Like the team in general has really like choked a lot of games away. But I just think that they're just that good, and James Harden is that good of a player where it's like he'll hoop basically wherever he goes. So I'm on the boat with you guys for the most part. I don't think the front office should be looking so quickly to trade James Harden.
Especially now that Dinwiddie's injured. That was a huge blow to their prospects with the Nets. So I don't think he's moving or anytime soon.
Hopefully they hang up the phone.
I'm here for the Wall and Boogie show. As long as they're on my team, I'm gonna be tuned into a lot of Houston Rockets games.
By the way, I just want to shout out a couple things as a segue. First off, shout out the Barack Obama shirt. You can't see it over the laptop really, but Barack Obama. I also want to give a shout out to Durran's Christian Wood background, man. I gotta shout it out.
No, Harden's out tonight, so
that's a dinner
already, man. We're
Christian
cooking
Wood.
tonight.
Yeah, cooking with grease, man. And also gotta shout out the Tyler Hero. We got some new sounds here. I gotta shout it out, man.
My homeboy Tyler, he playing South Beach. He told me this summer he gon' fix my jumper. I told Boy Wonder that we might got a thumper. I've been trying to pop, now I'm on like Shumper.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Gotta give him the old shump, shump, man. And I think, speaking of that, this might be a really good time to segue into some of the trades.
Also, segue explain to the people what's on your head, Bucko.
Yes, this is good because okay, so here's what happened. So so Sizwe and I bet the first week of games that I would lose. I would end up losing to Mike, and I said, "Nah, I'm not losing to Mike." And so, the stakes were if I lost, I had to throw on this Mickey Mouse hat, and if Sizwe would have lost, he would have had to throw on some underwear on his head and wear them how I'm wearing these ears. And I also got to mention from now on, at least for the rest of this podcast. My name is Walt. Yeah, my name is Walt. So that goes with the lost bet. I'm a man of my word. I've come on here with these goofy ear muffin hat thing. It's killing me with these headphones on, but I'm a trooper. I follow my word. This is a little embarrassing though. I'm not gonna lie.
How embarrassing.
But segueing in, we got a couple trades to get through today that have happened throughout the that have happened throughout the week. I think I X'd Durran out by mistake. Okay, you're back. And so we're gonna talk about some of those trades that happened and just kind of get some some viewpoints and whatnot on what's been going on in the league so far. First
It's
up,
been a busy week.
it's been a busy week.
3 a.m., 3 hours into the new year.
3
a.m. trade definitely went down.
Yeah.
That's tough.
So this is that's the new one. We're gonna go forward then backward. I think.
Breaking news.
Huh? Breaking news. Oh, we got breaking news.
Good God.
Breaking news! Hit the button.
Oh, bruh. And this is, you know what, bruh? This is my reaction, bruh.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Come on, bruh.
Hey,
What happened? I didn't see the trade. What
The
happened?
trade
How
is
are
between.
you in
Hey,
Terry
hold on.
Rozier?
I gotta, hold on. I gotta process this. I'm finna walk away, bruh. Whoa!
Yes, sir.
Calvary and Terry Rozier for Drew Holiday and Andrew Wiggins.
Hey, bro.
Wait,
Hey,
what?
bro, come on now, dog.
What?
Come on, man.
The almighty push has traded away
Good job, Chris.
Drew Holiday,
Wrap it up. Good job, my guy.
Drew Holiday, and Andrew Wiggins to Team Quan Stokes for Kyle Lowry and Terry Rozier.
Shouts out, Chris.
I don't know what to make of this.
Wait, Keshawn, can you read that for me one more time?
Once again, I'll repeat. The Almighty Push, owned by Chris Halligers, is trading Drew Holiday and Andrew Wiggins to Team Quan Stokes, Daquan Stokes, who is trading Kyle Lowry and Terry Rozier.
I never thought I was going to see Andrew Wiggins in another trade. I thought he was going to plant his house on Chris's hill and just wait to move on into glory after that.
Shoot, I was going to try and go get him back.
Bruh, oh my God. You know what? This is what I'm going to do. Like, okay.
Yeah, didn't expect to go.
Can we phone a committee, bruh?
Yeah, we might have to, bruh.
We can
Yeah, this was
do a
unexpected.
pod without some breaking news.
I didn't expect to see a trade going into our segment
Bro,
about
yo,
trading.
we're 20 minutes into the podcast. At least last time we got it like 45 minutes. You know what? I gotta be careful what I'm asking for, bruh. I realized I didn't want this. I couldn't keep it real myself, bruh. I'm just letting that know, bruh.
You need to get that sound effect. That's couldn't keep it real yourself, bucko.
No lie, bro. What are y'all thoughts personally on this trade? Who won and who lost? This hasn't been processed yet, but who won and who lost in your eyes before seeing if it gets pushed through?
Chris.
It's got to be Chris.
It's gotta
I was
be
about to say
Chris.
Chris won that trade.
Kyle
Chris won
Lowry
that trade.
is better than all three of them.
Yeah.
Wait, who?
Kyle Lowry. Coward Lowry.
Oh yeah. Kyle Lowry's having a great season. Terry Rozier can explode at any minute.
So
Andrew Wiggins sucks.
So what about Drew Holiday? That was what stood out to me because personally it was glaring to me to see Drew Holiday off of Chris's team because Holiday has been playing insane. Like
He drafted Holiday second overall.
he did.
Huh?
He did. Did he? He was like who did he draft his first round pick?
Hold on. I'll fact check that to see. Yeah,
Because he drafted
Holiday
Harden
was
and he
his
drafted
second
Holiday.
pick. Yeah, you're right. He was the second pick. Holiday went with the 34th pick.
So
That's insane.
I don't understand the move. Isn't he beating Tim or like?
To me personally, Lowry's playing well, extremely well. Rozier is playing well. I can't even sit there and talk bad on him. Wiggins has always been spotty, and take it from someone who had him last year, and Durran will attest to that. Durran had him last year. Wiggins can be good, but he can be spotty. Durran, you're muted right now.
The Wiggins was hooping the entire time.
He can
The
be
entire
spotty.
time I had him.
He can be
Like,
spotty.
you gotta think Cat was out for a minute too.
Yeah.
Once he got traded though, it's just he don't shoot enough threes for the Warriors, man. It's don't look
He
back.
don't. No,
shoots
he
too much.
shoots. He don't
shoots a
make.
He shoots.
He don't make enough.
He don't.
That's his problem.
He's not a good. He's just not fit. His offense isn't fit for that. Like
He's obviously fit for nothing, bro. Because that man takes 20 shots a game.
To me, Andrew
he's
Wiggins.
good. Like his 2-point field goal percentage is pretty good though.
Yeah, but to me, Andrew Wiggins has always sat there and struggled with one thing that bothers me, and he doesn't go strong to the rack anymore. Like Wiggins was known to be a really good dunker. I guess coming out of his
When he
draft
first,
class,
when he first
And
came out.
To me, I'm just like, so why aren't you using that capability in order to get you some points? Those are efficient points that you should be looking at. I understand you're trying to value
Those
yourself
are
putting the
college
three ball.
players. He
Wow,
got to-
this is so crazy. So let's I'm gonna read a couple things that have happened in the yeah, tune into the pod. Wow, is what Sizwe said. Sterling, y'all smoking. I'm not gonna say the last part, but y'all smoking, and I agree. Durran looks scary AF on this podcast. Sterling said, "Go ahead and push that through since Daquan can't get them points from them tonight."
This is tough.
Listen, we wasn't even 15 minutes into the pod, but in terms of this trade, it's making it difficult. As somebody who's in the East, these players are getting circulated throughout the East more than anything. I'm just gonna say that how I feel it is. The East is getting the most play right now, and it's because that hotbed Halliger. I would describe them as the New York teams, the Knicks and the Nets, bro. A hotbed, two prominent teams with big markets, and they just things going through them. Daquan already had a good team.
He had a great team. Why destroy it?
I feel like he just put a nice little dent in it.
A huge dent.
I don't see getting rid of
Andrew Wiggins and Terry Rozier?
No. Andrew Wiggins and Drew Holiday.
That ain't no better.
Holiday's played extremely well, though.
Come on.
If you look at his numbers, he's played well, bruh.
Not better than no Kyle Lowry, bruh. Not better than no Kyle Lowry. Come on, man.
He got rid of a nice two-way back, like a backcourt. He got rid of a nice backcourt.
Bro, I can see if he did Andrew Wiggins for Terry Rozier. Meager trade, in my opinion. But I can see that going on. But you basically traded Drew Holiday for Kyle Lowry. Now, unless Daquan is predicting that Kyle Lowry's fitting to go out with some injury.
It's possible.
Or just fall off. Because Fred VanVleet hasn't been cooping that much this season.
Yeah, but we only a couple games in to the season, so that could be subject to change. This trade for Daquan could be more futuristic looking with foresight compared to hindsight.
Bro, Kyle Lowry is averaging 72 fantasy points. Drew Holiday is averaging 64. Andrew Wiggins is averaging 62. Terry Rozier is averaging 65. Now, those are some high-end trades. So in terms of it looking even, that's about as even a trade that I've seen marginally by the numbers. Look, Drew Holiday hasn't been an all-star in 8 years. It feels like 8 years. So you giving
You think
up
he getting the nod this year?
Drew Holiday?
You think he getting the nod this year?
Stop it.
Okay,
now Kyrie and KD.
Now he could.
He's making a pretty good conversation.
I got Jaylen Brown making it before him.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
But I think Drew Holiday should be a lock. Probably should be a lock for that if he continues to play well. Now he's averaging 15, 5, and 3 with 2 steals. Not exactly for a guard to average 3 rebounds. I thought it was 7. I'm sorry. This is a very meager, in my opinion, very meager stat line. Granted, he's sharing the ball with 2 other All-Stars. So
this is an interesting trade. I like seeing these trades go through rather than the Mark Gasols for Daniel Tice's, you know what I'm saying? This one is a pretty fair one compared to those mid trades. And fair is a stretch, but I don't think it was a necessary trade is what I'm gonna say. I don't think any of these teams really needed these players like that. It wasn't a drastic need for them.
Daquan stated that he believes that Wiggins will be better than Lowry. I mean, not better than Lowry, better than Rozier, sorry. And Drew and Lowry will be an even offset for that trade. So personally, why
you gonna sit up here lie? You gonna sit up here and lie, bro? Come on, man. Look.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
Man. Come on.
Come on, man.
Come on, bro. There's no way.
Only time will tell. We're gonna have to monitor that. That's an interesting trade though to see.
Hey, look. Andrew Wiggins gonna be an all-star this year.
Psych. Never.
Never.
The day that happened.
One, come step into my office, man. Come on, man.
That's
Come
crazy.
on.
Well, look, man. This the trade council has given their vote. So you guys are gonna see that populate right now. It's gone through.
Oh man,
It's gone through.
That's interesting.
So hey, look, look. To Chris and Daquan's surprising credit, the trade was about as even as you can make it for the most part.
numbers
wise, but yeah, by the margins, about as even as you can make it.
Yeah, I agree.
I would have kept Kyle Lowry, in my opinion, but look, it's his team. Trade council agreed with it. We haven't vetoed much at the moment. We'll see what happens after, as we go through this podcast. That's crazy. That took 10 minutes by itself.
Durran, can you unmute yourself?
Yeah, I wasn't talking.
Oh, he wasn't. Okay.
Yeah, Chris, stay like business.
Yeah, we're gonna
Hey, look, that's just one of the many trades that's happened this week, bro.
Yeah, we've had some interesting ones go through. These trades have been some are head scratchers, some are like, you could sit there and throw on finesse, bruh.
And speaking of that, we're gonna get straight into to some trades that happened. This one between my squad and
COMMISH.
and Devin traded Bobby.
What happened, Walt?
Damn, what, bro? All right. Bobby Portis and Mikal Bridges for Paul Millsap and Buddy Hield. So, I just want to say this. Devin is just like any other flunky in here. You want something, you're going to have to pay a tax for it, apparently. He admitted to me straight to the text messages. He said, "Look, I don't want to give up Buddy Hield, but if I am, you gonna pay a tax for it." And I was like, you know what? You just like every other flunky, and I appreciate the honesty. If you're up front with me, which I wish, because we were talking about the trade, and he told me he didn't want to trade Buddy Hield right in the middle of the conversation. Had he said that in the beginning and then went about doing it, I'd been like, all right, whatever. But I'm still like, all right, whatever. I thought this was it's a risky trade. So Buddy Hield and Mikal Bridges are points per game wise, are both second in scoring on their team, both behind Devin Booker and De'Aaron Fox. I thought that it was a good time to get rid of a fourth option basket, basically. Mikal Bridges puts up numbers across the board, but Buddy Hield puts the ball in the basket. Like I said, he's arguably first, second option. He taxed me with Bobby Portis. I'm not going to lie. That hurt.
I won't lie to you. So I personally sat there, and you and I had a discussion.
Yeah, we had a discussion.
I told you that I wouldn't do this trade, not because of the fact of trading Hield for Bridges, but the fact that Bobby Portis has played well, and what you're getting is a very wishy-washy Nuggets player in Paul Millsap. Sizwe can attest. Millsap will be good one day, and then the next day he'll be non-existent.
And his numbers support that.
Yeah, he's 37 years old. One game he'll have a 25 game. Next game he'll have a 7 and 4. That's just because he plays with a team that moves the ball, and Jokic and Jamal Murray and MPJ when he's playing, they're getting and sometimes apart.
And this was the thing that convinced me to trade Bobby Portis. So if you go and look at Bobby Portis's numbers. His best games are in blowouts, when either Milwaukee is being blown out or they're blowing the other team out.
Okay, yeah.
So like he was averaging, like his points are amazing right now, because like half of the games that they've played, or more than half of the games they've played in, have all been blowouts. So that was like the big thing of like, okay, what's his name? Paul Millsap had a good game, while the game was close against the Suns last night, like very close. Like it came down. I think the Suns only won by 3. That Chris Paul leaning, fadeaway, sideline, baseline shot. It was glorious live. I was like, oh, he made that. Oh, he still got it. But I figured that with MPJ being out a couple games, he might benefit a little bit from that. And I'm actually not sure if if Paul Millsap is starting or not.
He is starting.
He is starting. Okay, that was a surprise because I swore he wasn't starting.
That's beneficial for you. That's beneficial for you to get.
They got rid of Jeremy Grant.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. So because Bobby Portis isn't starting, and in the little write-ups ESPN does for the players, they said he's not moving up anytime soon. There's no room for him. Yeah, you're not gonna push Brook Lopez to the bench. You're certainly not pushing Giannis to the bench or Drew Holiday or none of those guys. So there's no room for him. So I figured you get 2 starters for a 4th round option and a bench playing player who plays well only when there's blowouts. Seemed pretty simple to me once I broke it to that.
Like I said, it was a late night trade. I was like, I know you wanted Buddy Hield, and I was like, okay, it makes sense. You got Buddy Hield. He's a sharp shooter, and he even plays and gets some steals. You know, he when your best team that you've ever had with the Flunkies involved the Steph Curry Buddy Hield duo. So I know why you wanted him so bad. But like I said, that Bobby Portis, like I tried to tell y'all last season when he was on my team repping the Valley Boys, he ain't no scrub. He ain't no scrub. He'll put up some crazy number games. So he was doing well for you, him and Mikal Bridges. So it's kind of surprising why you would trade them at their highest peak. But like I said, Buddy Hield is going to be there, and I would suggest you flip Paul Millsap as fast as possible.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to probably end up taking that bit of advice. I don't want a 30-something-year-old man on my team. Look, Steph's old enough for me, as far as I'm concerned. But that was the trade in general. I give Devin his credit for being just another normal flunky. But yeah, so we're gonna move on. Oh Lord,
business as usual.
Oh, what the? It's giving me all the same images. What the hell is going on here? All right, let's.
Shout out to the people watching the pod from the YouTube. So I see us about 7 of y'all here right now.
Yeah, shout out to you guys who are here, man. We really appreciate the support while I pull this up. Really appreciate the support. Like, share, subscribe, share with family members, friends, mentees, your pets, and let them talk to other pets about it or whatnot. But we're gonna get into this next trade here. This happened this morning or early this afternoon.
Glory.
This deals with Sizwe and Javon, otherwise known as, he changed his name again, Mo, Bob, and Slim DC, formerly known as Capital City Go-Go DC, formerly known as Capital City Go-Go DC, the church. Long names. But Sizwe traded Devin Booker and Trey Burke, of which Trey Burke ended up being dropped.
Yes.
Right? Okay. For Tyler Hero and Serge Ibaka. So a lot of people this had a lot of people hot. I'm not even gonna lie. Aaron Moore, shout out to him, of the Big Bird Ballers, last year's champ. For those who don't know, he messaged me after the trade council and I had passed through that trade, of which we had a majority rule, and he was about as hot as I've seen someone through a text message.
You mind telling us what he said?
Yeah.
Let us know what's happening. Leak it.
Yeah, I can. So the first word that he said at 1:35 p.m. Of which, if you see in the timestamp on the image, the trade went through at 1:25. So 6 minutes later, he messaged me saying, "Bro, that's all I needed to know." With he's not happy with this. He's not happy, and I laughed and I said, "Folks is trying to catch up to you and Sterling and Hood," and he said, "Y'all really let that go through?" And he said this, bruh. He said this.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
That's gonna be my favorite new voice note. And he said, "Dog, I'ma just start sending stuff to Javon if he's just accepting any old thing." And I told him in response, I said, "Hey, it seemed even. Think long run. I'm thinking like, look, think long term with Devin Booker. I'm trying to give him that little bit of
Now
logic.
My opinion on this trade, because
Before you go, I want to hear from Sizwe first, because he made the trade, and so he's here with us. So I wanted to get your opinion on and maybe give us a slight rundown.
I got you.
Give us a slight rundown on what happened.
Play that music first, bruh.
Oh, I got you, bruh. I got you, bruh.
My homeboy Tyler, he playing South Beach. He told me this summer he gon' fix my jumper. I told Boy Wonder that we might got a thumper. I've been trying to pop, now I'm on like Shumpert.
On like Shumpert, man. Go ahead. You know, let's get into it, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's get into it.
Man, it was hard. I'm gonna keep it right there, keep it stat with. Going into the Booker was my prime target. You know, a lot of y'all knew that. Y'all knew that. You know, I was trying to pull together my Valley Boy Hall of Fame. Surprisingly, I got every single Valley Boy I needed except for Bobby Portis. Booker started off the season very meager. All the projections that he was going to have a blazing season. Like, he was the guy to pick up with any type round pick. Like, he was like, you can draft him first, and if he falls, you need to take Devin Booker. So when he started coming out the gate slow, 40 fantasy points, second game 50 fantasy points, back to 40, then to 60, hasn't hit 80 yet. I'm like, what's going on? And so I get to looking at realizing he's averaging about 5 to 6 a game, which is when I figured that's a very big, like almost 10. That's almost negative 10, negative 15. So you could have you can go from 80 points to 60 just because you turn the ball over at a high pace, and putting that with Chris and DeAndre Ayton and Bridges, who's taking more shots. The Suns are winning a lot of games, and Booker now doesn't have to exude that much scoring for us. And I think it was just time to let him go just now at this point in the season. So when I sent this trade for Tyler Hero and Serge Ibaka I sent it to him. I was like, yo, what do you think about it? I was like, nah, this ain't gonna work. Because nobody's gonna take this trade. Nobody's gonna take this trade. You get Ibaka 60, and I think and Tyler Hero, I think they're averaging around 60. Both of them. I'm like, and Booker averaging 60. Ain't no way I'm getting this trade off. He was like, I'll think about it. Next morning, he sent the trade through. I hit accept, reluctantly hit accept. Because when he said, what have I done? I thought he was going to cancel it. Jamal was like, wait a minute, I mistake. Once he said that, I get on and clicked accept, bro. I was like, all right, let's get it out of here. But my thoughts around the trade is I don't want to give up Devin Booker. I feel like if I would have given him more time, he would have found his rhythm and would have started averaging his 80s, his 90s. I think I did pull the trigger early. You know, you can always say that, you know, this is the perfect time for Hero and Serge Ibaka to get their stuff off too.
Yeah, go ahead, Keshawn. I'm gonna let you have the floor here.
So personally, when I first saw this, I immediately came at Sizwe. I came at Javon because my big thing was looking at Devin Booker and how he was playing. The glaring thing that stood out for me is Booker's fantasy points are dropping because of the fact that he's turning the ball over so much. Yeah. And also with the pieces around Booker now, he doesn't have to sit there and put up 30 a night anymore. So when I sit there and I look at that, I was like, yo, Javon just sat there and took Booker, who is somewhat being hindered by the ascension of Mikal Bridges as far as his scoring and production fantasy point-wise, and he's actually scored the ball well. Cam Johnson is coming off the bench playing well, and then you have Ayton and Chris Paul playing well.
For sure.
So I had to sit there and rethink and reconsider. And when I looked at Javon's roster and seeing the addition of Devin Booker, his roster looks a lot tougher. And Sizwe's roster, in my opinion, looks a lot weaker because of the fact he's got Tyler Hero as his starting two guard, but the drop-off is your second shooting guard is who?
Who?
Who's your second shooting guard? Like, who's your backup two guards?
DeAndre Hunter.
He got that
or Jarrett Culver, one of those.
Yeah, I think it's Jarrett Culver. So when I saw the drop off at two guard, I'm like,
I think it's Jarrett Culver. Let me peep my team.
I'm like, this don't look good on paper. So for me personally, Sizwe, as far as the moment goes, he could win this trade. But if Sizwe's worst nightmare comes true and Devin Booker starts to snap, Sizwe's been had, bruh.
He's been had, I tell you. He's been had. Yeah. Durran, any comment on thoughts?
I'm just mad I couldn't get Devin Booker. I definitely said a bunch of trades over there for him, but I think
value.
pick it up though. He's really just let his shot start falling. He'll be good, bro. Because he's gonna hit him at a high rate
for sure.
So, if we going off of Durant's logic, which is usually the numbers, no matter what Booker puts up, Tyler Hero and Ibaka can match or do greater just because they're two above average fantasy players right now. Tyler Hero starts. Tyler Hero is a starter, if I'm not mistaken. We know Ibaka's a starter who averages double every game, essentially. So
yeah. So
since the names don't good on paper.
My boy Marcus Morris back, so he's taking a lot of those shots away.
I mean,
Marcus Morris ain't shown he really not, but that he's gonna come back healthy, bro.
Come on.
And like I said, I feel like even if I feel like I can also move Tyler Hero and Ibaka in a package again for player of Devin Booker's caliber because they're not scrubs. I didn't trade for no scrub. Both of them. Each and every one of us on this pod or in the Flunkies would love to have Serge Ibaka or Tyler Hero on their team. So maybe not in the primary role I have them in now. Keshawn mentioned as a drop off, but listen, I think it was Keshawn who said Tyler Hero's play comparison is Devin Booker light.
So let me ask you this: when it came to deciding about, I don't know who sent the trade and who accepted it, but what was the big reason for it? Was it the names that came in the trade, or was it the production that the players gave that made you say, I'm willing to let go of this?
It was the names and production because, like, okay, listen, Tyler Hero's popular, Serge Ibaka's popular, and then the numbers also followed that. So it's like, okay, if I want to flip them, they have the name value. Like Tim has mentioned, I've traded Devin Booker. I'm like, not necessarily the name, but and plus, I tried to send him to y'all. Y'all, everything was saying was, he's only averaging 60 fantasy points a game. I'm not getting top tier value for Booker, and that's because y'all looking at the numbers. Y'all saying he only averaging 60. I can't do it. Y'all treating him like Buddy Hield better.
I mean, you did try. You try and get him for Steph Curry though,
because he's Devin Booker. I wanted y'all number one pick. We're gonna AD for Donovan. I want AD for Donovan.
We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into this because this is a really good topic about trading names versus production. Or where does that boundary line, kind of collide? We're going to talk about that next. I do want to get through some of these other trades. By the way, Aaron,
yes, Sizwe,
Aaron said that you're not allowed to call yourself a Valley Boy no more. He has no Valley Boys. I just wanted that to be known because he did also say that.
I also still have the Valley Boy team captain in
what doing
Ubre, still have Blake Ingram. I'm loyal, Keshawn. Just because you have a bunch of plays, just because you lost Roddy Rich, don't get mad at me.
Hey, listen, bro. I didn't lose him. He was stolen from me.
Oh, he was stolen.
He was stolen.
That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So going into the next
we
one,
have the person who got him on the pod now.
This trade went through literally like an hour and 14 minutes before the new year, which is crazy to me. So Malik of Popeye's Leg and Thigh and Sterling of the She Fanatics made a trade of Jeremy Grant for Julius Randle. You know what? I can't do it. No, I can't. I don't know why Malik thought that was a good trade.
That is almost a 20-point difference.
Hey, let's keep this a speed.
So, I'm glad we're talking about the margin of difference of like trading next, because that's always my conflict with you flunkies, man.
Ruh-roh.
Hey, yo, so my big thing with this trade, so on paper, as far as those two performance-wise,
Right.
they both on trash teams, and they both putting up big buckets. And Jeremy Grant is doing this with Blake on the court, so this is even more beneficial for a guy like him. When I looked at this trade and saw what had happened, and I had seen Malik's team, I was like, "Oh, Malik, you just gave away Jeremy Grant when you had no reason to." Because outside of seeing him have Braun, Vucevic, and Luka, Grant was a great grab. Randall's a good grab as well, but when you start getting away from Dennis Schroeder, the rest of his team isn't really doing much.
I don't know what he was thinking about in that trade, but whatever he was thinking about wasn't it. That's all I could say. But it was something where it was like, well, Julius Randle is hooping right now, so I could see where an even trade could be made, but they just gave Sterling all types of fuel, and the way his team is performing. Of which, by the way, I'm gonna do a check. Look, 1732 is his number. Now, that's up there with some of the best numbers.
Y'all building some of these people teams up right now, man.
But yeah, that happens every year. Usually, it's courtesy of the Halligers.
Yeah.
I can't exactly say like it's everybody building everybody's teams as far as I'm concerned. I did not. I
don't know why this year Sterling's probably been the most trade with team this season,
and he hasn't really suffered because of it.
But he doesn't. I will commend Sterling's team though. He doesn't even have like a lot of big name players either. Like a lot of the players that he has producing points like they don't come across as like, oh yeah, I know for sure he's gonna be hooping.
Right.
Yeah, and that's where especially when it comes to trading. I mean, looking at it, it's like the name holds weight because it's like, oh, this is a known player. You know what he's about. But it's like once you see production from someone else, it's like, hey, man, like this dude, he's putting up.
A lot of it too is usage rate and situation too. Like you could be like Julius Randle, who's a pretty. We think he's an average player. He's probably definitely gotten better over time, but like he's not Kevin Durant. But he's putting up star numbers because it's a bad team.
Biggest name Sterling got on his team is Nikola Jokic, who has been absolutely phenomenal.
The Knicks are trash.
MVP Yoke this year.
It's
Are we looking at?
I just also. Oh, he's my MVP for sure. If Nuggets get their record up, ain't nobody else. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. If the Nuggets get their record right, nobody else is putting up Jokic production, and no one's gonna be able to touch them. They can wake up. I also want to say that from Elite. I don't know what you was thinking, Bucko. Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just cut in and out, but it catches us up.
Y'all say I'm back.
Yep.
I'm back now.
Good now.
Okay, yeah. But I also want to say just for Malik, he was sending Jeremy Grant out like he was trash. He sent it to me for John Wall, and I was sitting on that trade, and I was like, Jeremy Grant for John Wall. I was thinking about it because John Wall hadn't played his first game yet. And I was like, man, I don't know yet. And then as soon as I decided, I'm going to go ahead and get Jeremy Grant because that man is numbers. Me and Sterling, I'm sorry, this trade has already been accepted by Sheev and these other goons over there. So I missed out on that. I would have had Jeremy Grant over John Wall, but John Wall hooping, so it's just bad timing. I don't know why he was trying to get rid of Jeremy Grant so fast, so that's weird.
I don't understand it, but it almost happened, and so this is a good segue for us to really talk about you guys' opinions on general trading. I know a lot of things have come up, and Tim Halliger is supposed to have been here, but I know we talked about phoning in not only him but another Halliger. Did you guys still want to
Definitely. We
Try
got,
that.
We got to, bro.
Yeah, third. Get him on there.
This topic is way too controversial to talk about.
If I could find my phone, that would be great. My thing has disappeared on me. Oh, wow. Okay, all right, that was dumb.
That's one.
Yeah, that's a bad one. But we got. It was sitting right on the laptop. I was looking. I'm like, oh, why can't I find it? But I got it. So so what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna call Tim, and see what's good with him. This is like a surprise call, yeah. But we're gonna do it. So let's see how it goes.
Chris has been talking in the chat, so try him.
He on the YouTube chat.
Oh, is he?
Text to.
All right. He's phoning in. You guys can hear it, I'm sure. I bet you he's not gonna pick up because he knows that we're live. Yeah, he's letting us. He's doing the slow ring.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated.
Oh,
come
on,
boo!
man.
Oh, boo!
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
He's scared.
Come on, man.
He don't want to validate the reason he sends out these meager trades for good players, bro.
I just want to know what's good with Kendrick Nunn, man. He's playing terribly.
Dismal.
So we're gonna do the second best thing. And that's all he really is the second best thing. So we're gonna call the little brother. We're gonna call young Halliger, Chris Halliger.
Here.
Hi, is this Chris?
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Hey, you're here on the NBA Flunkies podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, for the folks who don't know, this is Chris Halliger of Almighty Push. He's been on the show a couple times. He's for sure a through and through flunky, not only in the league but in real life. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing a lot better after this weekend, man. Happy New Year to y'all.
Yeah, happy New Year, man.
Yes, sir.
So we really a couple things because hey, look, man, look. I don't know what you did. How you pulled it off or what?
Congratulations.
But yeah, congratulations. I don't understand how you did it or what happened. Basically, I'm going to tell it to you like this. The entire league has the trade council basically fitting to throw our desktops and laptops and all our other technology out the window after every trade that's pushed through.
Yeah.
Okay, so look, man. Explain to me what happened. What was the logic and or process? But first, start off by answering the question: who sent the trade?
Okay, so it started out initially as an offer from Daquan for Wiggins for Terry Rozier, right? But I was looking at them, and it was kind of equal in terms of like where they're at right now, but I kind of started thinking about it like, okay, so I know Andrew Wiggins started off very slow this year, at least for the first like 3 games. He started off slow, but they're kind of caught up now at production at this point. Where is he going to go in the future? Like Terry Rozier, I feel like we already kind of know like where he's at with this system. But as far as Wiggins, like we know Golden State kind of started out having like a slow start. Everybody's still coming into their roles. And Andrew Wiggins has no problem putting those shots up. It's just a matter of if he's going to make those shots. So that was like my biggest thing for that too. He also makes more of his shots as well, but he makes less threes. But also taking into account the system with the rebounds and points, I think Andrew Wiggins is going to have a higher upside than Terry Rozier. So with that being the point, I thought that I was going to lose that trade had I done it just a 1-for-1. So I said, okay, maybe if I throw in Valanciunas and you throw in Bam, I'll be more inclined to kind of do that. He said he wanted to keep Bam, so I was like, all right, what about Kyle Lowry? He said be more open to that, and I was like, all right, bet. I'll throw in Drew, make it an even deal. Boom. He got it.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come
Oh,
on,
you
man.
mean to tell me?
Hold up, man. Hold
Bruh,
up.
you mean to tell me? You know what, bro?
That brother's starving.
Yeah, no, you was starving for that trade,
I
bruh.
really gotta. First off, the fact that he threw Bam, Valanciunas in there for a conversation for Bam is blasphemous. Now, anyway,
Bruh.
Whoa. Before you say that, look at Valanciunas' numbers and compare them to Bam and tell me they're not the same right now.
Look, we're not worried about that. I'm worried about you getting
just
Kyle
saying.
Lowry for Drew Holiday, bruh. Blasphemous. The
Why is
nerve,
that so
the
bad?
goal, the temerity, the audacity, just the. Oh.
I'm just a little confused because Chris talked a lot of positives about Andrew Wiggins just to trade him.
Bro, Drew Holiday is the third. What is he? He's
Get him
the
out of
third
there,
option.
just to get him out of there.
He's the third option.
he's
Drew
third.
Holiday. Yeah, okay, Durran and Sizwe, yes or no? Drew Holiday is a third option on the Milwaukee Bucks.
Absolutely.
No question about it.
Of course.
Okay.
100%.
I just want to. Okay, so what scoring option does that make Kyle Lowry then?
He number 2.
I low-key
Number one.
I really don't like Kyle.
Number one.
You got
I would
Lowry
say two.
Spicy P. I got him at number 2 just because.
Spicy P, I would say 2.
But I feel like his usage rate is a little higher though. Like he's definitely touching that ball way more.
No, Kyle Lowry definitely is having a better. Yeah, I agree with Durant. Kyle Lowry's facilitating the offense. He's putting up more points and assists. Spicy P is having a bad season. He's been having a bad season since the bubble. It's Kyle Lowry right now.
I don't know what's going on with him, but hey, look, man, look, I was just interested to see who sent the final trade and whatnot. I'm just thoroughly surprised at the fact that he was just so open to just throwing away Kyle Lowry like that.
I was too.
That is huge to me, especially for a third scoring option.
See, but here's the thing. So when it comes to Drew
And
Holiday,
Terry Rozier, we're not forgetting that.
But Drew Holiday is one of the best two-way players. Like, he doesn't need to score in order for him to do well in fantasy. Like, he's going to get his rebounds. He's going to get his steals. He gets blocks. Like, he's comparable to Jimmy Butler. Obviously, he doesn't score as much. But in terms of being a two-way player, he's like that. Same way with Rudy Gobert. Like, he doesn't have, like, a high scoring upside, but he gets rebounds and he gets blocks. Like, Drew Holiday is one of those players, which is initially why I was kind of hesitant to give away Drew in that, because I know he can stuff the stat sheet. He doesn't need to score to do it. So, I mean, obviously, but, Kyle Lowry is a bulldog. He has triple-double potential, too. I don't know if Drew has that
Kyle
much
Lowry
potential.
doesn't?
But he does. He absolutely does.
So,
he has that triple-double potential. I don't think Drew has as much, though.
So when I had seen this trade go through, I immediately thought I was stunned that Chris gave up Drew Holiday. When I saw it for Kyle Lowry,
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I guess this is a fair exchange because of the fact
You wouldn't?
So the only reason I think is a fair trade straight across. I think it's a good swap because of the fact that Holiday defensively, as far as what he does defensively, not saying that Lowry isn't a good defender because he is, but I think what Holiday does on the defensive end, and especially with this new scoring system, that's what took me into account for thinking, all right, this might be fair. Just because of the fact Holiday's like defensive prowess, him getting these steals. Like you said, he's averaging 2 steals a game. Well, that's 8 fantasy points right there. He's averaging what, 3 rebounds? You said?
I think Drew is, yeah.
That
3,
could be,
about
that could
4.
be about
Give him
6
4.
or 9 fantasy points, depending on if they're offensive or defensive rebounds.
Yeah.
And then he's averaging 15 points. We don't know what that entitles as far as threes that Holiday is making. So I mean, it just depends. And his assist margin isn't bad. Personally, to me, it's a fair trade when I looked at it just between those two perspectives.
Look, I'm telling it to you like this right now. From Kyle Lowry's couple games that I've seen, it ain't fair. And let me explain why, bro. Let me explain why. Kyle Lowry, past 2 games. Look, we do the past 4 games because I think he plays today. Past 4 games.
He's playing today, yeah.
Bro, Kyle Lowry averaged 20 points, 2 steals, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. So not only, and that's just the game that happened 2 days ago. Not only did Kyle Lowry get more points than Drew Holiday, he got 2 steals, he got 4 assists, and he got 7 rebounds. which is just about all more than what Drew Holiday got. Let me go the game before that against the Sixers. 24 points, 1 steal, 9 assists, 8 rebounds. This is okay. So I'll give you the New York game didn't have Spicy P. Okay, but the Philly game did, and his stats is way better in that Philly game with Spicy P on the court. 8 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal, 24 points. Let's go to game before that against San Antonio. 16 points, 2 steals, 10 assists. He didn't have no rebounds because he didn't need it.
Yeah. So
the game before that, 18 points, 1 steal, 10 assists, 1 rebound. And you two are sitting up here and telling me that the value is just about equal. Even Daquan said that in the group chat. Are you crazy? Look, you know what?
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
It ain't complicated. Look, you know, let's do this. Let's do this. Nah. Let's do this. Let's look at Drew Holiday, because Drew Holiday, I'm gonna give it to y'all. He's solid, but he ain't no Kyle Lowry. Pitbull, offensive and defensive side, every single night.
No.
Second scoring option, bruh. First scoring option, arguably. And we gonna sit up here and tell me that trade was, bro? He's averaging almost 10 more fantasy points than Drew Holiday.
So when I looked at this, I'm impressed by Drew Holiday due to the fact that he's putting up these solid fantasy point numbers amongst playing with Giannis and Chris Middleton. So Middleton's been playing very well fantasy-wise. He had a little drop-off. And Giannis is, he started off a little rough fantasy-wise to his standard. But then, he's moving his way up. He's starting to get back to his regular stuff. For a Holiday as a third option to be averaging 64 to 68 fantasy points with these stats going on, that's impressive to me.
Look, Spicy P is averaging 78.7 fantasy points. 78.
Yeah.
78. I just want that to be known. Fred VanVleet is averaging 72 fantasy points. Kyle Lowry, the Pitbull from Villanova. Bro, is averaging 73.5 fantasy points. So I agree with what you're saying. The fact that Drew Holiday can do what he's doing in the midst of being a third option. But Kyle Lowry has been doing this. He's done this for at least,
and even if you don't have the, and we can go all day about about Kyle Lowry and Drew, because in head to head they're even each other out. Like in real, just comes like Drew Holiday's player. Like we think about player comparisons, they had dog in them, but what really has out in this regard is Terry Rozier grabbing when you think the other Terry Rozier the first option of that Hornets team. When you say Wiggins, you can't say that. But Terry Rozier, he put up points in the debut. That's the part that's the disconnect. It's like, wait a minute, you just traded Andrew Wiggins, who's been shooting a historically terrible percentage. We're not gonna talk about that. But who's been putting up a historically terrible percentage. Is not Andrew Wiggins' fault.
Look, go ahead.
Daquan has faith in Andrew Wiggins, but me, I've lost faith in Andrew Wiggins a long time ago.
I agree. He's trash regardless of whatever he does, in my opinion. But the trade went through. I really wanted to get Chris's opinion, and I was just absolutely surprised, and I agree with Sizwe 100% on the idea that Terry Rozier was lifted up for Andrew Wiggins. And look, I had Terry Rozier for a small stint last year when the season actually happened.
He wasn't good last year.
I was terrible last year, but I felt like he was worth it. And I guess Daquan didn't feel as though he was worth it, even though he's putting up better numbers. But look, neither here nor there. The trade is done. It's gone through. Do I agree with it? Probably not. But it is what it is. This is a good segue into the.
Ask you one quick question about that before you start. So, do you think the emergence of a LaMelo Ball, as far as his play style starting to develop more, we've seen him play better games. Do you think that was one of the reasons why Daquan shipped off?
That's a great point. That's a great point.
No,
I don't think so though.
I would say no because if anyone's going to be hurt, it's going to be Devontae Graham, because Devontae Graham has been putting up the season he was last year. Was final minutes the last game, it was Earl and Devontae. So I would consider that Devontae's value going down.
Oh, it does?
Gentlemen, we have a request for Daquan to join the call.
Oh, I didn't even know he was listening in. Wow.
He's listening in, and he just messaged in the group chat, let me get in on this call. It'd be great to hear his point of view.
I'd love for that to happen. We gotta, ladies and gentlemen, we got another Flunky family hopping in here with us. He said he's one of the rookies, man. We're gonna do the intro when he hops on.
We need a sound effect for the phone of Flunky.
Yeah,
definitely
for phone of Flunky. Hey Daquan, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Yo, what's going on? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Daquan Stokes, a NBA Flunkies rookie of Team Quan Stokes. And actually, we're gonna applaud you for hopping on. This is the first time I've really heard anything from him live, and so we'll give you a hearty applause. So, hey man, look, I'm sure you've heard everything that we've talked and discussed about, and so we're gonna get right to the point, man, and let you maybe voice out your side of the story or whatever it is you wanted to voice out, man. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, for about 45 minutes I've been hearing y'all say some BS. Only two people that have been talking that I feel as though that have been talking some facts is Keshawn and Chris. Everybody else is just saying anything right now. Basically, when in the trade to make it even, basically was all right. So I wanted Wiggins because I know for sure Wiggins about to pull up. I know y'all ain't got faith in Wiggins, but Wiggins is about to pull up crazy.
I have
and
no
he did
faith.
this last year too. He did this exact same thing last year. He was bumming it out, and then next thing you know, he just turned up, basically halfway through the season.
Okay, so I agree with that. He did
game.
turn up and then started hooping, and then so last year he averaged, for those of you who don't know, he averaged something like crazy, like 76 or 77 fantasy points. But this is what I'm gonna tell you. You gotta be careful.
Okay.
You gotta be careful. And look, and I'm gonna let Durran talk to this because we know Andrew Wiggins well. You know what? Go ahead, Durran. Go ahead, bro.
Man, and he definitely was hooping all the way until he got traded. Like if he gets his touches he needs, he's definitely a great fantasy player to have. But if he's not hitting them though, he definitely has his highs and lows. So just be careful. Yeah, and I really, as like the second, third option right now, I don't have any faith in him, man. He's taking 6 shots a game. He's not really gonna pass the ball for real. He doesn't have that playmaking ability. He can rebound it though and play the defense. He will definitely get you some steals.
6? That man take his.
But nah.
I mean, I got him higher than Rozier though.
Now, what can you explain?
Actually, with LaMelo Ball coming up, oh yeah, it's about to be a wrap for Terry Rozier. You can see back.
See that's exactly what
he just said exactly what we were talking about. So, hey, look, LaMelo Ball is playing well right now. I didn't think he was going to be able to adjust this fast. But we'll kind of see. That'll be a forward progression only because he's on my team, of course. Steph Curry 2.0. You heard it here first. I'm just a big fan of his game and his style and the type of attention he brings to a small market like Charlotte, and shouts out to them. But it'll be something that we'll have to manage and find out. If he continues to play well, then I think Sizwe was saying that it might be Devontae Graham that might be affected more. I'm not sure where they would play, where or how they would play them, but just a very interesting. Really, the big thing that I was hooked up on, was the Kyle Lowry and Drew Holiday part. Like, I get the Terry Rozier part, and I agree with it. I think it was more of that Kyle Lowry and Drew Holiday aspect that you like. What made you want Drew Holiday more than what you already had in Kyle Lowry?
So I don't be trusting Kyle Lowry to stay healthy a lot, especially since he's balling out crazy right now.
Yeah,
I'm like, yo, he definitely might, like slow down a little bit, either when Van Vliet go up or maybe he just get injured. But I don't really trust it that much with him. So I'm like,
sure.
I'd rather trust somebody that just plays like regular. He's the third option, but he's still almost averaging almost the same points as like fantasy points as him, like as Kyle Lowry. So I was like, oh, that's a good trade to me. And for me, I was like, oh, the offset of Wiggins going to blow up is like, okay, that's what the trade makes it even for me. Because I'm betting on the future instead of like right now.
Yeah, so looking long, and you know what? And I'm gonna let Keshawn speak to that Kyle Lowry because he had him last year. But I actually go ahead and I'll say my point after.
So I had acquired.
Oh, whoa! Breaking news!
Ooh.
Whoa!
Wow!
Whoa! What? Whoa!
Story, breaking news. Breaking news.
That one ain't it, bro.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
Hold on, Sterling.
Come on, man.
Trade like this and they get declined. Why? Come on, guys.
Sterling.
Come on, man.
Hey, bro.
What is this?
Bro, what is that?
Yo, bro. Yo, bro, if I knew you was letting Darius Garland walk, we could have talked.
Bro.
Hey, bro.
He's been mentioning Darius. Is that who else is in the trade?
Darius Garland and Jarrett Allen. Both of those players I had interest in, by the way.
For Tim Hardaway and Seth Curry?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't like any of that.
Sterling hold on. Can y'all hear me? Is my mic on?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just your
Is my mic
video's
on?
frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah, your mic's on.
Sterling's such a hypocrite, bro. And here's why, bro. He valuing these players to the highest extent, and then turn around the next day and get them for pennies on the dollar. I know
Darius Garland.
Darius Garland for some high value players.
So
he was asking for Darius Garland at one point.
Hey, let me be honest with this. Darius Garland has been playing phenomenal. To sit there, and I don't know how Sterling fell for this. We're talking about Tim Hardaway Jr. Tim Hardaway Jr. is a good player, but Tim Hardaway Jr. is exceeding his playing, his points per game right now because there's one gentleman who is yet to come back and play for Dallas, and that's Kristaps Porzingis. If you don't think some of those guys, like Durran's favorite Dorian Finney-Smith or Tim Hardaway Jr. is going to be hindered because KP is coming back, you've lost your mind. I can't see how Sterling accept this trade. Seth Curry was a
I
good
hope
grab.
y'all push this through, man.
I hope so too, personally.
I hope
because this one right here, I don't know
man.
what.
I hope y'all push it because I need the East to be weak, bro.
Well, look, it's gotten that much weaker with that trade. You know what? I need
the East to be weak, bro. Sterling needs to take a hit, bro. He couldn't keep it real himself, bro.
I wanna wrap up this Chris and Daquan trade before we really get into the nitty gritty with this trade. Look, the deal went through. What's done is done. I guess this is one of those you'll have to see, if the long game helps. And I was gonna say earlier that's something that's been really common in these past trades the past couple weeks is the long game being played with. It's a 16-week season. We're used to playing 18 and maybe 20. I think the first year we played 20, and so. Yeah, they got a lot of people talking in this chat. Hey, Daquan and Chris, man, look, I'm extending the offer. If you guys want to stick around for a little bit and hear and maybe talk, chat, or give some opinions, you can. I really appreciate the time you guys have given us. I know it's the holidays. You guys might want to enjoy your little bit of time to yourselves. So, you guys feel free to leave whenever you can. Just let us know if you want to stick around, because what I'm getting ready to do is call Sterling, is called Sterling. So if you guys want to hang around for that, you
On a
surely can.
flunky.
All right. I gotta hang up, but I'm gonna still be in the chat.
Yeah. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Daquan Stokes, man, we're gonna give him an applause, man. We appreciate you. Thanks for being around with us, man. Thanks for hanging out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Hey,
safe.
Daquan.
I'm gonna stick around
Great
because I
win
want
last
to
week,
hear.
Daquan. You got me. Won't happen again, Bucko.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Great
stick
win
around
also,
for the Sterling
Daquan. You beat the Valley boys. That's a.
Hey, bro, Sterling gotta explain himself, and then we still gotta sit there and talk about trading too.
I'm sure he's got something to say. So let's go ahead and funnel him in through here,
Hit
bro.
his head, bro. The head case himself, Sterling McKee.
Look, bro, look. You know what, bro? Before you say anything,
You about to get all the smoke and take so many punches, the fans yelling, get off the ropes.
Get off the road.
Get off the
bro.
ropes,
Come
bro.
on, look, bro.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
We talking about Darius Garland.
Yo, this is going in overtime here. This come on, man. This is going in. Nah, come on. All right,
Definitely
hey,
definitely my most questionable move.
ladies and gentlemen, the man of the moment, not of the hour, but of the moment. We have Sterling McKee here of the She Fanatics. In my opinion, one of the better teams in the league right now. Has made a trade with Sam Brown. Oh no, yeah, with Sam Brown, aka Sam and Friends, SNF. He traded
Darius Garland and Jared Allen for Tim Hardaway Jr. and Seth Curry.
Seth Curry, Tim Hardaway Jr. for Jared Allen and Darius Garland.
I would like to say that Jared Allen averages more fantasy points than both of those players.
And we all know Durran is a numbers guy, and so he's the robotic analytical side of what we have here in our group
Kellerman.
chat. But Durran Kellerman, that's funny. Look, Sterling, look, man, the floor is yours, and now that I know that you accepted the trade, I really want to know what your process was in this conversation, and we may end up calling Sam Brown as well to get his input in this if he has some time.
Honestly, originally Sam was trying to do a 1-for-1. He was originally trying to do Tim Hardaway Jr. for Darius Garland. I'm like, hold on, bro. This is definitely one of my most questionable moves. But honestly, I was really just trying to prove my bottom line, especially since I already moved Gallinari earlier to Keshawn like the other day.
Sure.
Really, because kind of like my shooting a small forward, like, that was kind of like weaker. I think that was kind of like my weakest position at that point. I kind of like that. I didn't really have like more small forward, so I kind of feel like tomorrow early junior kind of fills that need.
Here's my thing.
Go ahead, Sue.
So here's my comment in terms of like moving and things you was trying to do. Seth and Tim Hardaway doesn't really improve your bottom line. Like, how does that improve your bottom line?
I mean,
especially being one of the top players, you might be the best flunky team right now.
Durran, go ahead and get rid of Hassan Whiteside, bro. Oh my God.
Hey, Sterling, I'm going to be honest with you, bro, because you were trying to pitch me Darius Garland earlier, and I wasn't taking him. And I was sitting here, and I had contemplated talking to you today about Darius Garland. So to sit here and see Darius Garland got moved for a Tim Hardaway Jr. and Seth Curry package, and then you had the nerve to throw Jared Allen in there, it blew my mind. I could not believe you let these two guys performing very, very well for their expectations just walk. As simple as this. And then my big thing is this: Kristaps Porzingis is coming back, and if you think Tim Hardaway is going to give you this production with Porzingis back, you didn't hit your head.
Pennies.
Listen, man.
Come on,
It's a
man.
long game. It's a long
bro.
game.
Hey,
It's a
bro,
long-
come on
Listen,
now,
listen,
dog.
listen.
Come on, dog.
Come on, man.
Look,
Come
Hey, you
on.
playing
There ain't no long game
listen,
here.
I'm
playing
playing,
it back.
the long game.
Look. But you know what? And let's talk about this because this is a really good segue into the topic that I really want to get into. So it seems to me that everyone is really in the business of playing the long game. And so for the audience viewers who don't know, what is the Flunkies' viewpoint on what, for the most part, of what the long game looks like? So we play a 16-week season, and then we have about 3 to 4 weeks, give or take, of playoffs. And basically, we're in week 2 of our what seems to be a very long season. And it's important that that you have a good solid team, that you might need to make minor or major in some cases adjustments or tweaks to kind of make sure that you're staying competitive, that you're winning the games you need to win so that you can see the best possible way that you can. And it seems to me that is a very popular thing right now because obviously we're seeing quite a few players go down with injuries, dealing with their knees, their calves, their ankles, their quads, whether from soreness, tightness, strains, tears, just about everything. Soreness, resting, personal reasons, then obviously everything dealing with with the pandemic, of course, and dealing with resting players, and going through the protocol that the NBA has set up, dealing with everything that's going on with our country right now. It is absolutely mind-boggling that everyone is in such conservative retreat mode when there are so many trades being made right now, and it's just very ironic to me. I don't understand it. The other aspect to that that we can talk about as well deals with trading. How is it that we're valuing certain players here and there? How is it that we're going about making our trades? In some ways, I don't understand. It seems to me that there are an overwhelming majority of bad trades being sent to each other than there are good trades that can be made. I'm going to open up the floor. I understand we still have Sterling of the She Fanatics, Chris Hallager here of the Almighty Push. We still got Sizwe here of the Valley Boys. We got Durran here from the South GA Wildcats. We got Keshawn here of the Wounded Warriors Project, myself. And so, we're going to have an open floor discussion and hopefully have a good conversation here. But I'm going to open the floor just up to what you guys have thought about trades and everything that I've gone through. And we're gonna have some questions here and there. So let's get into it, man. 'Cause I know you guys, some of y'all got some things to say in general about.
I just want to ask a question. If so long.
Oh, what'd you
What was
say?
that?
Yes, Sizwe, you've been in and out today, so I don't know if there's something.
Is my audio delayed? It's so about how long? Because
Yeah, it has been
how
delayed
bad is
for
my
real.
audio delay? Because y'all be talking, I be talking. I be like, I don't think they hear me for real.
Yeah,
It's like you won't hear nothing, and they'll speed up.
yeah. In the beginning,
I
it
just didn't know
started
about how
out
many
well.
seconds.
Like a couple seconds, because your screen will freeze and then I won't hear anything.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, turn your Wi-Fi on.
Okay. Y'all can continue. I'll just be cautious of how it goes.
I gotcha. Yeah, like I said, the floor is open. For me, it's just like, whoa. Okay, it's number one. A lot more trades are being pushed through, in my opinion, now than what we've seen in 2 years. Like, I feel like we're getting close to having, for the people who were here the first year, which is, it's quite a few of y'all who were here the first Flunkies year. It's a lot more trades that have been pushed through than last year. So what differences have you guys seen, and how are you guys, approaching trading? What are you guys thinking about it? 'Cause I'm tired of the finessing. I can't even lie.
I'll be honest.
Really?
I'm tired of Durran sending those numbers.
Yeah, Durran, go ahead, bro.
Hey, I need Durran to explain himself on air.
Like 15, 20 point difference. If I'm really trying to, if I'm trying to make it seem like it's in your favor, like anything over than that is really kind of messing yourself up. Because like, why would I trade a player who's doing 50 points for 70 points? You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't work out. You just end up with less points and you're just losing.
So for me personally, I was here for Flunky season 2. So I think one thing that stood out to me, because last year when we did trades, it seemed like trades didn't happen like as often, but I believe it's mainly because with the amount of people that we have having 18 teams compared to last year having 14, the free agency pool is so meager that you have to trade in order to make your team look better. Because, you know, we looking at guys who are literally like no-name players, and no disrespect to them, but names we don't know that we have to pick up in free agency and pray they come out to be good players to possibly either keep, but more than likely package to trade.
Yeah. Hey, look, don't be shy now. All the stuff that we've talked about in the group chat about all these different kinds of trades and stuff that are happening. Look, let's put let's put it out there, man, because this is the Flunkies. This is real. We keep it honest. We keep it generic. Hey, man, look, I know we all got something out for the Halligers, man. I know we all do. I know we all do, man. Nobody want to address it. But let's
talk about it.
You know, I've heard a whole lot from everybody, and I'm convinced. I don't know if it's Chris or Tim or Cordell or somebody, but one of y'all is on Devin's bad list, bruh, because he wanted y'all blocked.
Here's what I think.
It has to be Tim, bro. It has to be Tim, bro. It has to be Tim. Tim and Pop trying to drop off LaMarcus Aldridge like he back in Portland.
Yo, right? Let me use that for an example. So, for real, LaMarcus Aldridge right now is hurt, dealing with knee soreness. He's also been playing very meager compared to his expectations.
Very meager.
Of what he's supposed to be doing. So, the value of Aldridge, as far as his play, is low. Then you take into account that he's injured as well. That makes him even lower. You can't sit there and try and sell Aldridge for an equal equivalent at that point in time when he's A, not healthy, and B, not producing. We've got guys like Keldon Johnson, who came out of nowhere. We've got Lonnie Walker, who came out of nowhere. DeJounte Murray is seeing an increase in his fantasy points, and DeMar DeRozan is playing phenomenal. And you want us to pay. Shut up, Durran. And you want us to play. You want us to pay overpriced for LaMarcus Aldridge, who can't A, stay healthy, and then B, also put up more fantasy points than just 50. He's only averaging right now, I believe, 46 fantasy points. That is low for a guy of his stature. That is low. And sometimes we get caught up as flunkies. People get caught up in the names of players compared to the production that you're getting in return. If I'm looking at production for a name, which one's more valuable? Am I valuing the dude who is consistently putting up 50 fantasy points, or am I going to value the dude whose name looks good on paper or on my roster? Names help you trade, but production helps you win.
Also, I think there's like a changing of the guard going on in the NBA too. Like a lot of the older like superstars that we grew up on, a lot of them are like transitioning out of the NBA now. So like we're getting introduced to a whole lot more like younger stars too. So like I think guys got to get up out of their head. Like this is not 2015 LaMarcus Aldridge or the Portland LaMarcus Aldridge. Like, you know, like people decline, you know.
Shoot. This
their
ain't 2017.
overalls are going to go down. Their production is going to go down.
Also with Al Horford. Aldridge and Al Horford, daggone near, look similar.
This ain't 2017.
Here's my thing. This has been an ongoing thing every season, and it's starting earlier than I thought this season. But
agreed.
Cahoots. The flunkies are in cahoots, ladies and gentlemen.
Cahoots.
This happens every year when people find the person to pick on. This year's Devon, and you also have the people who are intermingling. Tim and Chris are always communicating and trading with each other to build each other's teams. People get their little segments of pockets that they just rotate players between. It's always been a Flunkies thing. It's always been a Flunkies thing. But this year is different just because it's not as many players built up in one place. Like Tim doesn't have all the all-stars like he used to. Now you got to go talk to Daquan now. Now you got to go talk to Sam now. So you seeing a lot of these people who are newer be like, hey, listen, hey, don't do that, Hood. I'm not guilty of this. I done changed my ways. But
you do. Also,
you just know that it's mute Hood in the chat, bro. He distracting me. but basically what's going on is y'all finessing the wrong people.
Hey.
And y'all getting outed for it. Y'all trying to let people hide from getting finessed, but y'all so used to doing it.
Hey,
I haven't did it. I haven't did it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't got no screenshots.
So Sizwe, let me ask you this, because I had Anthony Davis a while ago. I traded him for the package of Yusef Nurkic and Jimmy Butler. That went to Jake. So Sizwe at one point, when I asked him what was good with Devin Booker, because I wanted to get Devin Booker.
I wanted AD.
Team. He wanted Anthony Davis. Now, granted, Devin Booker is playing nothing like.
Hey, bro, come on now.
I'm gonna stop you. No. Don't put that.
Come on,
man. I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm gonna stop you right there. No. Let me talk.
You about to get all the smoke and take so many punches. The fans yelling, "Get off the rope! Get off the rope!"
No. Because here's the thing. Here's the problem, Keshawn. And I don't want you to leave out information, but this was before the season started. This was like week 1. Nobody knew it was going to happen, first of all. Anthony Davis already got his hip hurt. So don't go leaving out information like Booker was just out here putting up 60 in the first week. We only played one game. Okay. I drafted him with my first-round pick. You drafted him with your first-round pick. That's an even trade.
Hold on. Wait. You talked about an even trade just because they're first-round picks. Now, here's the thing. As far as Devin Booker, which I've told you for the past numerous nights when I've spoken to you, Devin Booker, he's a great scorer. But in this system, guys like a Jimmy Butler, guys like a Kyle Lowry, guys like a Drew Holiday are seeing much more love. Take a look. This is a reason why Ronjae had.
You can even mention AD.
I could mention AD. This is a reason why guys like Mikal Bridges, like Ronjae used to have, are valued at this high point right now. He is doing other things. Devin Booker is turning the ball over a lot, and then it's not translating into assists. His drop-off of adding these other players around him isn't giving him anything else to do. He's not assisting on more things. Chris Paul is assisting. He's not rebounding. He's not stealing the ball. He's just scoring, and it's not giving him enough.
But as it's relating to the other things, though, it's like, okay, just because Devin Booker is turning the ball over, don't mean you send me Mikal Bridges for him, RJ. That don't mean you send me
Mikal was
that don't
hooping.
mean you send me Tyus Jones for him,
Mikal was
Aaron Gordon
hooping.
for him, Aaron. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like y'all are just talking about straight numbers, but y'all forget who these players are too. You know what I'm saying? I gotta agree with Tim there. Like you sometimes gotta look at the name.
I was gonna say that's getting back to that argument of names versus production. Mikal Bridges putting up better production, but Sizwe want the name.
See, but
my question: where does that boundary stop then? So like, if are you gonna trade a guy averaging 70 fantasy points for a guy averaging 65 or a guy averaging 60? Like,
and you know what? That is a great question. I want Chris. I definitely want Chris to answer that, but I also want Sterling to answer that. So go ahead, Chris. I want you to figure out or answer it. Where's that boundary?
Repeat the question one more time.
If where do you think that boundary falls when trading players? Like, if a guy, would you trade a player? How low would you go for under or higher? Like, if a guy's averaging 70 fantasy points, are you going to trade him for a guy averaging 60, 65, or like even lower, maybe even 55? Like, just depending on the situation. Or
Sterling just did it.
It depends. It depends, one, on their role, and two, how well they play to the system. Because I said it in like one of the very first Flunkies podcasts I think that we did. The forward positions are going to dominate this year in terms of the system. Because whether you're a small forward or you're a power forward, even if you're a center, you're closer to the ball because you're in that backcourt. Like, if you're a guard and you're rebounding like that, first of all, that's extremely valuable. That's where somebody like a Drew Holiday comes into play, right? But if you're in that front court for the NBA, like you're gonna have a higher opportunity to finesse this system based on rebounding alone. Like assist is worth a lot. Like I think assists are worth 2, but rebounding is worth 4. So that's something that you want to take into account when you're going to make these different trades. Like if it's like 70 versus like 65, like okay, cool, but like okay, is he like a point guard versus is he a small forward? Because if you're a small forward and you're maybe having 15 points a game, but you have like 6-7 rebounds a game, that might be just as valuable as somebody who scores 20 a game and gets like 3 boards. So like you gotta take everything into account, and that's one of the things I was trying to do when it came to that trade too. So if you're like, you need to be thinking about the system when you're making these kinds of trades. Otherwise, you're just going to be screwing your team in the long run. Everybody talks about the long game. Think about the system when it comes to it.
Hold on. Because then you guys just going to start going straight out numbers. And then y'all just going to be looking like, well, the numbers don't add up type stuff. It's like, yo, I mean, just because LeBron's not one of the highest ranking fantasy players this year. But none of y'all going to send no disrespectful offer because y'all not going to disrespect old GOAT James. So we can't talk about on the podcast like we're not gonna be just saying, okay, I'm gonna offer Jeremy Grant for LeBron. Ain't nobody taking that.
So let me talk about this. We know what Bron does, but you got to look at what else he does. My big thing is this: last year, because I was here last year, scorers ran the league. If you could put the ball in the basket and do nothing else, that was it, bruh. And if you could do other things, that made you even better. That's why a guy like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who I have right now, last year, he's putting up triple-doubles, but he's putting in 28 points or something like that. A guy like Shai is even that more valuable. We've seen Shai have multiple 100 fantasy point games because he scored well and then did other things well. But now we're looking at it like, guys who are like scorers, like a Devin Booker right now, who hasn't been having the best fantasy numbers according to his standard. I mean, he's not putting up that much. Like 60 fantasy points is good, but we all know Devin Booker is supposed to be in that upper echelon. We're supposed to be able to make 1-for-1s as far as trading superstar for superstar. But when he's not playing fantasy-wise at that level, it's like, what can I give you for that? Because you can't expect me to pay full price on Devin Booker when he's only averaging 60 fantasy points, to give up AD, who's going to give me these rebounds, who's going to give me these blocks, who will give me some assists, and still knock down the 3-ball, which is valuable, and then still be able to give me 20 points, and then double-doubles on that? You want me to give up for that for Devin Booker, who can't hold on to the ball right now?
We didn't know he was turning the ball over prior to the season starting. But when it first started, it was like, well, listen, you giving up a number one for a number one. That's just how it is.
Not 8 and 7 turnovers, bro.
No. I'm talking about now. Y'all keep missing. I was like, this trade was discussed before we had our first game, so y'all didn't know what the production was going to be.
You also talked to me about it after, too.
I mean, that's my prerogative.
But that's important information. You got to understand. If you talk to me about that after, Devin Booker put up a measly 60 fantasy points.
All I'm saying is, when it comes to like these trading things, y'all, I hope y'all don't get caught up in the numbers. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Because then y'all gonna be tossing around these players who only get, like Tim has been doing, getting these players from one game who get big numbers and then try to flip them, which he's gotten a few of y'all goofies with that I might add. Some of y'all done fell for about. I literally traded Smiley to Jake one time and he only had one good game. I was like, goofy. So I hope some of y'all just don't block the numbers sometimes because these names are important. Smiley Geach is not good, ladies and gentlemen. Hate to break it to you.
Sterling, I'm gonna tag you in here, man. What are your thoughts? Because
Sterling just did it.
Sterling, you've been very busy in terms of making trades these past couple weeks. So I sure
I think I even told my trading output from last year.
I think so.
Maybe triple this was worth it.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Man,
yeah.
So like the rationale behind trading, man. I mean, this is right. I definitely could just do that. But normally, Chris kind of talks on it, kind of like the player system, like seeing what their role is and things of that nature. But honestly, I don't know. I just think I just don't want to get swindled at the end of the day. I think when you see deals like Durran and Hassan Whiteside, who just put up -2 fantasy points.
He just sent me a deal for Hassan Whiteside.
Hey,
Or
Owen,
when you
that
see
goes back
10,
to my message for the Sacramento Kings. Give my man some minutes. He played 3
bro,
minutes.
they're not
Dog.
gonna give him 6, bro.
Give him a chance, dog.
But
Bro,
when
what
you
did
see
he
10
do with
trying to
more minutes?
offload like Kendrick Nunn, who hasn't played a single game or hasn't really done anything productive,
Trash.
deals like that. It feels like that. You know?
And
I
unfortunately,
understand why last year guys were like hesitant to trade because, like, all right, the only people who send you trade will send you things that are like trying to lowball.
yeah. Yeah. Seriously, they're just trying to lowball and finesse. That's the reason why we introduced the trade council, to make sure that that we can minimize that as much as possible. And I'm gonna tell y'all, this trade right now that just got accepted with I forget who.
Sterling and Sam.
We're chatting about that right now as we speak. So it's one of them. It's just like I don't know, man. So it's for sure a very tricky game, but I just wanted to get that out there so that y'all could clear the air a little bit and figure out
I also want to say John Wall is creeping up on 100 fantasy points. That's all.
Christian Wood has 100.
It's a good thing that Sizwe just said that, and it makes me want to go back to a point that Keshawn said about Devin Booker having all these turnovers. When you think about it, it's almost like you gotta keep in mind $1 today isn't worth as much as $1 tomorrow. Like, these things are going to accrue in value the more that you hold on to them. Like, just because Devin Bean is having the bad little turnabout right now doesn't mean he's going to keep doing this in the future. That's Devin Booker. You don't bet against that man. Same way how I took a shot betting on James Harden going third. You don't bet against Devin Booker. Bro.
That's what Sizwe said earlier.
He might be in a slump right now, but he's gonna pull up.
That's funny because Sizwe for sure said that. I don't know, maybe a couple weeks to a month ago. He's like, don't bet against Devin Booker. And I was like, okay. And then a month later, he's gone.
My thing is this.
I don't bet against Tyler Hero. Somebody play the music.
So my homeboy Tyler, he playing South Beach. He told me this summer he gon' fix my jumper. I told Boy Wonder that we might got a thumper. I've been trying to pop, now I'm on like Shumper.
So Sizwe, here's the funny thing that I want to ask
Facts.
you about, because
hey yo, that was fire.
Oh, hey yo. So I want to talk to Sizwe, and then I want to speak to Chris about something. So Sizwe talked about, that's Devin Booker, which I agree. So you traded Devin Booker today for Tyler Hero and Serge Ibaka. So just being the fact that Book was your first round pick. And you had Book valued so high. You was telling people, be respectful, be respectful. To see Devin Booker only walk for the equivalent of Tyler Hero and Serge Ibaka, don't that put a big question mark over a lot of people's head? Because from what you stated, this don't add up.
That wasn't my fault.
Hold on, this don't add up. I mean, this wasn't your fault. This was between you and Javon. It takes two to tango.
You about to get all the smoke. And take so many punches. The fans yelling, get off the rope.
Now hold on. This is our fault. Now
this is definitely y'all's fault because y'all set the market value. I don't set the market. Y'all set the market.
But you were telling us that
because you were sending me Alec Burke. You were sending me trash players. If y'all send me trash players, that's where it comes from. If y'all circulating trash players all the time, all these trash players gonna be on the market.
You about to get all the smoke.
You better have a
response. So many punches. The fans yelling, get off the rope.
So you asked why I sent you Alec Burks for Devin Booker. Can I interest you in the fact that Alec Burks not only started off the season with multiple 22-point games, but he equated 70-plus fantasy point games? 2 of them, which Devin Booker has only equated 1.
Who gonna last? Who gonna last? Like I said, here's my thing.
You never know.
No, it wasn't Alec Burke. You were saying, I'll give you Reggie Bullock for him. Here's the thing.
I never said no Reggie Bullock. Don't play.
Hey, bro, come on now.
I never said that.
Come on, man.
I at least would give up. It's y'all's fault because y'all set the market. If y'all are putting all these screenshots of y'all putting these good players and attached to these good players y'all trading for are trash, how do you think the rest of the league gonna send you offers for him? If you're saying, he's looking at offers that involve, Donovan Mitchell for, I don't know, Kim Birch, then everybody else gonna send trades just like that. Y'all set the market. If y'all giving fair trades, they ain't got this problem. So Javon sent me a trade where I get Tyler Hero, a starter who gets buckets and gets assists, and Ibaka, who's a starter, who gets points and rebounds, of course I'm gonna take that because you sending me a Bismack Biyombo for Devin Booker. I ain't taking that. Y'all selling the market, bro.
I never said that.
That don't mean cut his value.
Now here's my thing. Man. So I also to point out, Jimmy Butler is just coming back. Tyler Hero had some of his biggest games while Butler was still out. So I'm just putting that in the air right there.
I don't know what that got to do with my point.
But my big thing is, his value is still there. Now, the way you spoke to us on the phone not too long ago, you sounded like you were sticking with Book because you like, Book gonna come around, but you got rid of him within the first 2 weeks, so you didn't even give him time to make the transition and turn around.
I mean, you can say the same thing about AD, but here's what I'm saying.
I traded AD for a reason.
Here's me too. Here's the thing though, like I'm saying, if y'all talk about people me getting rid of stars, us getting rid of stars, y'all are offering trash in return for these stars, and y'all are setting the market value for these players. That's just what it is. We only seen like some trade like Julius Randle for Jeremy Grant. That's a solid trade because you can argue that it makes sense. Some of y'all are just sending trades and hoping it stick to the wall. Chris, Tim, like y'all, if y'all are sending fair value trades, then that boosts everybody's market value. If y'all are sending dirt, y'all are just making it worse and harder for everybody to eat. That's what I'm saying. Like if you sending trash for Devin Booker, I'm only seeing trash. I'm not seeing goodness. And I'm telling y'all to send me trades. I'm not really trying to sell Devin Booker. But if y'all want him and send me trash, and the best offer I see is what Javon sent, I'm taking it.
Yeah. I don't know, Sizwe. There's a difference between the market value and where you value him at. Because if you just going by the market, you're going to keep getting the same things, bro. If you send it out, it's different. Like you should be fine with holding him on your team for what he's doing and what he's going to do in the future, rather than just selling him for Tyler Hero, who's stepping up with an injured Jimmy Butler and Serge Ibaka. And Serge Ibaka, he's iffy as it is too sometimes. You haven't been offering me
Kevin Love?
Oof. Yes.
I don't know. Last time I sent you a trade offer, besides that Norman Powell one.
That is exactly what I was going to tackle. Chris,
I don't know the last
you
time.
about to get all the smoke.
You finna get all the smoke.
So many punches. The fans yelling, "Get off the rope!"
So, Chris, I really wanted to talk about that because I asked you what was up with Kevin Love, and Kevin Love has been hurt with a calf injury. He played one game and proceeded to sit the next because he aggravated that calf again.
Oh,
so
you mean Kevin Lust?
Kevin Lust, yes, bro. And you had sent me a trade and asked me to pay the equivalent of full price for a broken product. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but when you go to the store and you see a damaged good, bro, don't you sometimes talk to the cashier and say, "Hey, can I get a discounted price? The box is bent." Like, let's be honest here. Like the boxes, here's
the thing. First of all, the main reason, because I know you said you were interested in Kevin Love too. The main reason why I didn't give you any offers or anything like that is because I didn't like your approach with how you came for it. That's one. Two, on top of that, even though he's injured, he's going to have a double-double. Like there's going to be injuries this season no matter what. If you look at everybody from last season, everybody's missed it. Or a majority of the good players have missed minimum at least 10 games.
Chris,
so even taking that into account, when it comes to Kevin Love, like he's gonna miss those games too, and that's perfectly fine. That doesn't mean discount him just because he's injured for now. He still got 70-something games to go. He's gonna average a double-double. Say what you should.
Yeah, but okay, but that's another aspect though of trading based on potential. Like the potential. So I know, like, we'll use Kevin Love since we're on the topic. So I understand that Kevin Love missed only 7 games last season, of which that's one of the best I think since he's been in Minnesota. But the idea that you can just trade someone who's injured, who hasn't really played, and expect market value for him based solely on potential,
it's ridiculous.
Is ridiculous. Yeah. And if we add context to that, Andre Drummond is one of the best fantasy players on the planet right now because of how our scoring system is set up. And so you expect someone to believe that Kevin Love is going to come in
and double with Andre Drummond out there.
With Garland, Sexton
Who
out
is
there
hooping.
still, who both in their respect, shout out to them. They are hooping right now. I'm only using that as an example. It was mainly rhetorical, but that was just an example because we were using it of just the idea of trading something based solely on potential and or playing the long game compared to trading someone who already has their market value set already.
So it's funny that you say that, Ronjae, because again, looking at the system and his position also, he's a power forward. He's gonna play close to the rack. So with that being the case, his buckets could be, even though Kevin Love is a shooter, his buckets could be as simple as putback. Get a board, get a bucket. That's an easy, I don't know how many fantasy points right there. Like that's mad easy to do. And with that being the case, I'd say the only trade I think personally that I might have lost this season, I don't even know if it's really a loss, but was Eric Gordon and his Cancer for Melo. That I would say that's the only one I've genuinely lost because Ennis Cancer is one of those players. He will get 14 and 10 a night. I am positive. I'm 100% positive.
Look,
any other trades that I've done, the only ones I've really done was Wiggins for Dinwiddie. We saw how that turned out. And then I got J.J. Redick and swapped him for Norman Powell off of Will Barton. So I don't think that's really a bad turnout at all, as it is, honestly.
You had Spencer Dinwiddie first?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. I traded him to Keshawn.
Yeah, that was a hurt piece. That was a hurt piece for
before
me.
The injury.
That was one of the preludes to me trading AD. Had Dinwiddie not got hurt, I probably still have AD. But if Jake would have still sent me that offer for AD, I more than likely still would have accepted this trade for AD. I just would have had Dinwiddie, which would have definitely helped my team at this point in time.
And so these are all some really good conversations that, I'm sure the rest of the week, because I want to make this a weekly thing on Saturday that we do, and making, I understand this conversation is going to keep coming up, especially the more trades that are going to happen, of which we still have such a long season to go that I have no doubt that these trades are going to continue to come up, and we're going to have more and more conversations about it. But, at this point, I do want to wrap this up. And the last wrap up topic, and we're gonna do a fast, I don't know, what do you call it? It's like a fast
speed round.
Yeah, like a speed round.
Like a speed round of everything.
Yeah. We're for sure gonna do a speed round, and so what I'm going to do is we're going to go through week 3,
winners and losers.
And we're going to see who's going to possibly predict who's going to win or lose next week. Right? And we're going to, I'm not exactly keeping tally of it. But we'll see, we'll get like a majority of who it is we think is going to win or lose next week. So we're going to go into week 3. And so up first, because my stuff is sitting right here, we got my squad versus Devin. Who you taking?
You just gave up Mikal Bridges,
yep,
and just got Buddy Hield.
Yeah, Devin might win that job.
Yeah,
I got Devin.
I think you got Devin got you.
I'm giving it to RJ. He scored almost 2,000 fantasy points this week. That's not nothing to shy away from.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. Durran?
Actually, I'm gonna go. Let's go RJ, man. RJ for the upset, man.
Appreciate it. The upset. Oh, damn, an upset. All right, look, I appreciate it nonetheless, man.
Your boy Steph is gonna have to be phenomenal.
So
get the ball.
Keshawn, Sterling, and Chris said Devin. Durran and Sizwe said myself. So we're gonna go with the Devin majority. Well, actually, I get to weigh my opinion. So we're gonna call it a tie. We're gonna call it a tie. Yeah, because you know what, fine. I'll play underdog since you daggone I can't call y'all that on this on live, but y'all, yeah, heathens. That's a good word. All right, so you guys got Devin winning. We're gonna go with that. I appreciate the support though. Ooh, up next, this should be an interesting one, but I already know who I'm going with. Aaron versus Tim.
Go ahead and write his name down. Aaron Morris for the win, bro.
I'm going with Aaron.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Aaron too.
Nah, Tim, dog. Tim still got shooters, man. Y'all sleep.
But defense is valued more than
Durran. Aaron is getting production out of Harrison Barnes, bro. Like, let's be honest, bro. He's getting production out of Harrison Barnes. This is the second year straight Aaron's gotten Harrison Barnes, bro.
It must be something in the water, bruh.
Yeah, bro.
Nah, Harrison's always solid, though.
It must be something in the water, bruh.
If he was always solid, why I see him get traded so many times, bro?
No, because he got the little boost. He's averaging 60, but that's the same stats from last year. He'd be a 45 player like the he's supposed to be.
It's all again jutsu, I guess. All right, who?
No, there's. I haven't said mine. There's something about Tim's team every year that he be having all these superstars and they just don't pull through.
They don't.
And I don't know what it is for him. I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
Too much value in that name, bro.
You going with Aaron? So that's a majority.
I gotta go Aaron.
I'm going Aaron.
Damn, yeah, everybody, yeah. So
too much value in the name.
Too much. Look, Aaron's got something in the water, bruh. So I don't know what it is.
Aaron knows how to get good production out of mid-level players. That's what it is, and he's good at picking them out too. I don't know how, but he does.
Yeah. All right. So up next, we got two people that's on the phone going up. We got Chris versus Sterling.
You already know my answer.
Yeah, I know my answer.
I know my answer. Hey, look, I'm putting in Sterling for the win, bro.
Hey, yeah, no
Sterling.
Lie. Chris got a little.
Sterling. For real, that's tough.
Hey, Chris got a little stronger with that Kyle Lowry addition.
He got very strong.
Sterling just gave away 2 players, and Chris definitely fleeced you, boy.
I still got Sterling, bro. Regardless of that.
Look, pending on if this trade goes through or not, because I still gotta wait. Because our council is not sure at the moment. Pending on what happens with that trade, I got Sterling getting it.
Wow. I'm going to keep it a buck, man. Even if I'm going based off of this week's production, I'm beating Sterling right now. So I know where my money is at.
Yeah, but not every week is the same. So, yeah, I would hope you would bet on yourself. So who all said Sterling? It was you, me, Sizwe.
Yep.
Durran.
Wow.
Who'd you say?
Chris.
Durran just love being a nice guy, bro.
Smart man.
Chris.
Smart man.
And then Sterling said himself. So we gonna give Sterling that. Up next,
we give you a discount this week, Durran.
We got Keshawn versus Durran.
Unlike how Sterling said, "Oh, you better vote for yourself." Yeah, I'm not voting for myself. I'm losing this week. We playing the long game. We got a couple players we waiting for.
So. Yeah, you finna get killed.
Don't come down here to South Georgia half stepping, man.
Hey man, look, bro. We ain't got it for you, bro. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, Durran, you know what? I heard you, bro.
You about to get all the smoke.
There ain't no getting
and
off
take
the rope.
so many punches. The fans yelling, "Get off the rope!"
Listen, bro, I'm gonna be a Nate Robb meeting by the end of this week, bro.
Hey, bro.
For at least right now.
Yeah, this is a win for Durran.
Yeah, that's a win for Durran.
Yeah, that's brother
Durran. Yeah.
Yeah, he's starving, bro.
Sorry, Keshawn.
There ain't nothing to apologize about. I know what the state of my team is right now.
Hey, I'm in a dog fight right now.
Wheels on wheels.
I'm in a dog fight right now.
In a dog fight. Yeah. Well, look, if you go into next week 2-0, man, that's gonna be good for you. So we're gonna find out. But up next, we got Malik versus Cordell. Sign it in. It's Malik for me.
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go with Malik, but I just want to say how wild it is that Cordell and Durran are in this dog fight in order to win, bro.
Hey, look, Cordell put up more points than my squad. He put up more points than Sterling's squad. More points than Daquan's squad. He's neck and neck with Tim.
Respect on his name.
I wish surprisingly Keshawn put up more points than Cordell. So take that for what it will. Scored more points than Malik. Scored more points than Tucker. Scored more points than Mike, Jake, Sam Brown, Me and Sizwe.
Oh, well, I'll be dang.
So.
Wait, what'd you say?
Cordell scored more points than you and I this week.
I'm taking Cordell. Honestly, I'm taking Cordell because also looking at Luka and looking at Bron, they looking mighty day to day ish, and Malik got the other people that are actually out.
Wait, you said
I'm taking Cordell.
You said they look day to day. Yeah, they
Cordell, bro. We got Ben Simmons, De'Aaron Fox, Terrence Ross has been so aggravating this week, and it's just ridiculous.
We all know Chris.
Shout out Terrence Ross, man. Shout out Terrence Ross. Give him his roses while he's still here.
Why do we keep giving this man his roses? Why do we keep talking about roses with Terrence Ross?
Bro, there's nothing to give.
There's nothing to give this man. Ain't he day to day like Fournier?
Terrence Ross, man.
Bro, what do we? Bro,
stop it.
He's a good player.
Psych!
He's a good player.
Don't make me call the numbers, man.
Bro, there ain't no numbers. Hey, Chris, who's better, Terrence Ross or Evan Fournier?
Hey, man, by look at this, I'm going with Terrence Ross, baby.
Oh, here we go. Whoa, brother, this guy stinks.
Hold on. Ask Ronjae. Ain't Fournier injured right now?
Oh, my.
Fournier's got back spasms right now.
Why? Hey, man.
Hey, somebody drop that smoke and you know what mean. The explicit version.
Let's get it popping. Terrence Ross for the win, man.
Bro, you don't even have him, do you?
Nah, Cordell got him, bro. We all know Chris was plotting on his boyfriend, bro.
What is he? Like,
Terrence Ross for the win,
what are we
man.
doing? Bro, he's putting up 35 fantasy points right now. I guess
that's what's Fournier going, bro.
Yeah, Fournier is gone right now. He was irrelevant when Fournier was there. So stop that. Stop that nonsense.
How many games he been out for?
Like, in the words of Michael Jordan, stop it. Get some help.
He had 25 day after Christmas. 26 is
real, recognized real.
Well, you ain't real.
Mighty unfamiliar.
29 opening night.
Y'all looking mighty
Oh,
unfamiliar.
council reached
right
a decision yet? Or no? Let's still deliberate.
No, our council hasn't made a decision yet, so that'll be taken care of whenever I get. But I need a decision here.
Oh, Malik
or Cordell?
Malik. With that addition of Julius Randle, bro, he's got enough to carry him over this.
Actually, I'm changing my vote. I'm going Cordell.
Cordell.
Don't sleep, man. I am definitely. You better look at me this week.
Durran, what's your answer?
He went with Cordell.
Cordell, man.
They went with Cordell. All right, that's 3. Sizwe.
Malik.
Listen, man,
That's a stalemate, ain't it?
Yeah.
3-3, 2-2.
3-3.
Listen, I'm not a Popeyes fan,
tough.
but you know what I'm saying.
I'm not a Cordell fan. I'm tired of him sending me all these BS trades.
I just want to say I'm voting for Cordell, but he on my blacklist for trades, bro. I need to block that.
Bro. Yo, y'all are a match
Yes,
made in heaven. Casino Brothers on 30.
Casino Brothers. Hey, look, I saw Cordell and Chris shooting craps before the draft started, bruh.
For real, bro.
Outside the draft lobby, bruh. I was like, come on, bruh. You must have.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
You must have been starving, bruh. You must have been starving. But we're gonna move on. Mike and Daquan.
That Drew Holiday edition definitely put him over, bro. I got.
I'm going with Mike.
Ooh. I got Daquan. Yeah.
That's a tough one, man.
Daquan. I got Daquan. He's one.
I'm going to say Daquan just because I think some of Mike's team is still trying to come into their roles and what they're doing. I'm going Daquan.
So I think that's the is that a oh, Durran, did you give your vote?
I said Mike.
Oh, you said Mike. Oh, we're at another tie then. Sterling, you said Mike, right?
No, I said
He said Daquan.
Oh, you said Daquan. Oh, okay. So Daquan's winning. All right, bet. That's our prediction. So up next we got the Valley Boys with his new man, Tyler Hero.
Say that music.
My homeboy Tyler, he playing South Beach. He told me this summer he gon' fix my jumper. I told Boy Wonder that we might got a thumper. I been trying to pop, now I'm on like Shumper.
Oh, that'll
Glory,
never
bruh.
get old, bruh. That'll never get old.
It's all fun and games
really
until
got phone.
Sizwe pull a Russell Westbrook and just trade him away, bruh.
And once that happens, I'm taking this off the board.
It's Sizwe versus who?
Sam
Sizwe
Brown.
versus Sam Brown.
I'm going with. Well, actually, if this trade goes through,
If this trade goes through, I'm going with Sam Brown.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, Sizwe. Even if it doesn't go through, I gotta go Sam.
Oh,
I'm
you're
sorry,
wild, and
Sizwe.
you're wild, and if it doesn't go through, if it doesn't go through, I'm going with Sizwe. But if this trade does go through, Sizwe gonna have to pray that Hero is performing crazy well, bruh.
So let's orient
He's
to
the best player.
so let's orient to the idea, because technically this trade has been accepted. The council has 24 hours to make a decision before it's automatically processed through. So let's go under
would
with
like
the
to not be
assumption
pushed
that this
through.
is being pushed through.
Then I got Sam Brown.
I got Sam winning anyway. Because, all right, so no disrespect to Sizwe, right? If I'm looking at his team, his best player is Brandon Ingram. Following that is John Wall. John Wall just had a 94-point night. But other than that, like, who else? Other than, Hero and Ibaka, like, who else does he have?
Blake.
Kelly Oubre is
Kelly
he's not having a
Oubre.
good start. Boogie isn't having a good start. DeAndre Hunter, I think. Hunter, I think, is doing well this year, but I don't think he's going to do well enough to get him over that hump. I'm going with Sam.
If you think I'm going 0-3, please don't bet on me going 0-3. That's all I'm going to say.
Sizwe. Hey,
I
Sizwe.
respect you, Sizwe. I respect you, brother, man. But looking
Look,
Embiid,
Like I
got
said
McCollum.
earlier, I've done gave the
man.
belt to everybody on this call. I'm above 500 on everybody on this call. No one has a better record than me
That
on this
is
call. That's all I'm gonna say.
Cap.
Hey, can I ask you this, Sizwe? So you said you're not going 0-3, bruh. So
I got you on
let's
0-3.
say you do go 0-3. What happens from there, bruh? What happens if the Valley Boys do go 0-3 to start the season?
I'm gonna be like Assassin's Creed and take that leap of faith off the highest building in Atlanta, Georgia.
I'm sorry, you can become my G League affiliate.
Hey, Sizwe, bro, is it time to start moving pieces if the Valley Boys go 0-3?
I'm already starting to move some pieces. Devin Booker was the first domino, but like I said, I think we're on the right path. Ibaka's on the block, but other than that, I think we're in the right direction. Also, somebody get B Elise off my team. Thank you.
No, I think you got that, bro.
Hey, best wishes to you, bruh.
Hey, listen, we won't lose. We're not going 0-3. Valley Boys forever, man. Valley Boys forever, man.
Dang, bro. Why it seem like every Valley Boy is replaceable, bro? It just don't make sense to me, bro.
He said, this don't make sense. Hey,
listen, we still got the best brand in the flunky. That's all I'm saying. Most popular flunky. Let's get it. Valley Boys. Moving on. Y'all, I see how y'all feel.
You don't, but
okay.
So what was the decision? Because I had Sizwe.
Sam Brown for me.
Yeah, Sam Brown. Sizwe's going 0-3.
Dang.
Yeah, I don't know. I had to see what the council decides.
Depending on what that trade does,
if you were to orient towards the idea that the trade is going to be pushed through, what's your pick?
Sam Brown on it.
I might have to go Sis, but Sam still got all his guys injured.
So Sterling says Sizwe. I'm saying Sizwe. Who else says
Ja
Sizwe?
Morant is hurt. Never mind, Sizwe.
Ja Morant is hurt.
Yeah.
And so is Michael Porter Jr. Wow, when did that happen?
That's what I'm saying.
All right,
Sizwe. Y'all so fake. I remember all this.
Sizwe's winning.
I still got him going 0-3.
Hey, look, I said Sizwe from the gate. I said Sizwe from the gate. He said me earlier when no one else would. I gotta support, bruh.
Silicon Valley Boys, Uber and Steph.
Oh, yes sir. Silicon Valley Boys. All right, we're gonna move on. We got Tucker versus Javon. Just write in Javon, in my opinion.
Am I the only one who possibly thinks Javon could goof this way?
Yes. Oh, actually, no. No, you're not. Because I think so too.
Does Tucker do his matchup?
First of all, I don't know if
Yeah, he
Tucker.
did.
I don't know if Tucker's done his matchups,
think
but I
he did.
will say this: Tucker has gotten Al Horford to play pretty decent, and Mike Conley has played phenomenal compared to last year. Mike Conley was
cap.
a dud last year.
Mike Conley was also injured last season, though.
He was still a dud.
He was a
would agree.
dud. Look,
I would agree, but I think it's due to injury though. But you know,
what? I swept Sizwe the first year, bruh. I don't know what he talking about, bruh. I just looked through everything, bruh. I swept you the first year, bruh.
What was my record against him?
What was your record against it? I think y'all was 1-1.
We played in the playoffs too.
See, I didn't play him in the playoffs.
Y'all can't see me, bro. That's all I'm gonna say.
I can see your
Hey man,
record.
I'm up on you 3-2 though. So.
You not.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, Andre Drummond and Kemba Walker got you out of there, bro. I don't really want to hear from Durran.
Okay, so you beat him the first. You beat him the first time y'all played ever. Yeah, this is.
It is what it is. Listen, bro, I'm a formidable opponent. Ain't nothing changed. And also, Aaron, I see you talking in chat, talking about fake Valley boys. You ain't, stay in North Carolina, bro. Go feed your cows and pigs and pluck your wheat flowers. And you don't know nothing about the Valley, bro. Just because your team wears Michael Jordan pants and hoop earrings don't mean that you know what a Valley boy is and what it constitutes. Stay out my business. Hey, Arj, that's what you need, the next sound effect. You in my business, don't do that.
Hey, bro.
Don't do that. Stay out my Valley boys business,
Wait, hold on. I swore all you had to do to be a Valley boy was be light skinned.
Brown
and he
paper
has
bag.
Tyler Hero on his team.
That's what I thought, but
Paper
apparently
bag
not.
test. As long as
Kevin Porter Jr. and Bobby Portis are Valley boys. It's about the drip.
As long as they're lighter than
Man,
Sizwe.
picture.
I don't want to hear it.
So y'all
Durant is
tied.
mad you don't qualify. RJ mad he don't qualify. Aaron mad he don't qualify. Y'all will never be Valley boys.
Hey boy, come
He
on
may not
yourself.
light skin himself.
Sizwe acts light skinned, so.
He may not even. Hey, bro, Sizwe couldn't keep it real himself, bro.
Chris, you can't
hey.
either, bro.
Hey Chris, I need to pull up yo
Nah.
or do I need to or do we need
Oh
to
yeah, hey,
do
bro,
this?
hey, bro, that fit, bro.
Hey, make it your background.
Hey, bruh, it was very brotherly, bruh. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It was too
BRUH.
it was too brotherly, if you ask me.
Sizwe about to pull up the photo, bro.
Well, look, man, look. Let's I think we got one more match. Oh, did we decide? This is such a trash matchup that
Tuck and Javon.
you can really just throw it out the window. Who cares? I'm just gonna write in Javon.
Yeah, let's just write in Javon.
Yeah,
man.
we're just gonna write in
They're
Javon. They're both
Dang,
trash teams.
Hey, Javon, bro, don't let him talk bad to you like this.
Nah,
bro.
he's bad and he deserve it. And we're going to look at him other. Ooh! Hey, I'm going to tune in for this matchup, bruh, because they're both 0-1. Oh, well, maybe after this week they'll be 1-1. Jake versus Sam Hood.
Oh,
Jake got some hoopers, man.
Jake got some hoopers, but Sam Hood got some hoopers.
listen, Sam Hood has Kyrie, Karis LeVert, Dame Lillard, and possibly pretty soon a returning Kristaps Porzingis. Y'all better stop, bro. Somebody better get Porzingis off him or something like that. But I got Sam Hood.
And Terrell.
I got Sam Hood in this week.
I'm not sold on Porzingis because,
Yeah.
I had him last year, bro, and he sat out a good half of that time. Definitely cost me a couple weeks.
Hey, Sam Hood said, I'm turning Jake into an op pack. Look at my score without KP, bruh. Hey, honestly, because of that fact, I'm going with Sam Hood, bruh.
New Jake pack in the
I'm
air.
going with it.
New Jake pack in the air, bruh.
Yeah.
Man, you know he gonna scold you when he hear you say that, bruh.
If
That's
Brown and
fine.
them don't sit, if Luka and them don't sit, yeah.
I'm going Hood, man. I think Hood has more depth.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's facts,
Good guy.
bruh.
Yeah.
Way more depth. So, all
Yeah,
right.
he'll probably gonna win though.
So I'm gonna
got
read
more
this
depth
off,
to it.
and that'll pretty much be it. But we got RJ versus Devin. They got Devin winning. We got Aaron versus Tim, and we got Aaron. Oh, I'm sorry. We got RJ versus Devin. We got Devin winning. We got Aaron versus Tim. We got Aaron winning. We got Sterling beating Chris. We got Durran beating Keshawn. We couldn't come up with a with a majority decision of Malik versus Cordell. We'll see what happens. We got Daquan beating Mike. We got Sizwe beating Sam Brown. We got Javon beating Tucker. And we got Sam Hood beating Jake.
That's tough.
It's gonna be a very interesting week, and I'm gonna be honest, I can't wait to see what the power rankings is gonna look like this coming week. I know you all have been very upset, but that's okay.
Quick question.
Sure.
Question. Didn't y'all have me losing to Tim last week in this week's predictions?
I think I'm gonna be at the bottom now, Glory.
Yeah, I for sure had you losing
to Tim. Yeah. Well, Tim
Hey,
also let go of some free agents and stuff like that, and I think he pulled off some dumb stuff.
Tim and Chris acting like Tim and Chris.
Yeah, bruh.
Hey, bruh. Shout out Aaron Morris keeping a real voting for me last week, man. You a real one. Come to me for a discount, player, if you watching this.
There ain't no discount over here.
more like he just said, come through for a finesse, bruh.
You just trying to beat his head in, bruh.
I'll finesse you, bruh. As Chris said, come over for a discount.
Psych! Hey, thanking you, Durran. You voted on me this week, bro. I'm not gonna let you down, player. Come to me for a discount, man.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
He gonna let you down.
Come on, man.
He's going to let you down.
All
if my team wins, come to me for a discount.
There's no discounts.
Hey guys, look, with that being said, man, look, I really appreciate all the time you all have spent with us. This has been an awesome conversation. We've had a lot to talk about. We want to start making this a weekly thing every Saturday, and we'll start doing some other supplementary content as well, it's just me, and I'll get on in front and start talking about a couple things. We've got our 2K simulation coming up as well. We're really going to get into a lot of it more tomorrow, because I've got to basically retool just about everybody's roster. But until then, man, this has been super fun. Again, I got Sizwe here of the Valley Boys. We got Durran here of the South GA Wildcats. We got Keshawn Simpson here of the Wounded Warrior Project. We've got Sterling McKee here of the She Fanatics on the phone. And we got Chris Halliger here of Almighty Push on the phone as well. I'm Ronjae Jones, or RJ for short, whatever you like to call me. Otherwise known AKA as Walt for this week. Next week I'm going back to Ronjae or RJ. But, I'm Walt, your fancy Mickey Mouse ear-wearing commissioner. This has been the NBA Flunkies. This has been so much fun. Happy New Year, guys. Shouts out to you. Be safe, be humble, and just be a flunky, man. There's nothing else greater than that. With that being said, peace.
Yes, sir.